If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor look too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life for broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at the beginning, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are done, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 40 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody out in the chat today. Welcome in. So Loud, Caucasian, Sasquatch. Seriously, Shelby's out there along with Raging Patriot. I don't know who else is out there, but good to see all you guys out there in the chat. Got a good show for you guys today coming up just a few minutes. We'll be getting into it. Right now, I got some other stuff kind of brewing. We'll talk about a few things here. Tonight, I do have Taylor Fogarty coming on for my normal Wednesday night show. We will be talking about her. Hopefully, it's going to be a good interview. We'll be talking about where she's been, how she got there, where she is now, how she got there, all of that sort of thing. And it ought to be a really, really good, really good show. And we've got a lot of stuff, kind of circling around. Obviously, a lot of stuff going on yesterday. If you weren't aware of it, just tons of revelations. And, it's just got it's kind of got a mind of its own. In addition to that, outside of my little realm here, there's some guys out there that I pay attention to. That they've been having their own drama. Valor, pardon me, it's not Valor. It's I forget what it is. I think it's somebody's tactical network, and they're really pretty good. They're really I'm super dark. Turn the light on. It's pretty light in here. I can lighten it up a little bit. Give me a sec. We'll add some more light. Let that bit of light. All right. Political News Networks 28 came in and said I was a little light. That's all right. We got we can always add more light. All right. So we got a lot of stuff going on. We've got a obviously a big bombshell dropped yesterday. I was witness to it and made some comment. So 5/5, what's up there, 5/5? How are you? So we've got a lot to get into today. We will be talking mostly today about this game that the Democrats are trying to run on us. We're going to be talking about how they are basically trying to run around and say that Trump is the problem, and Trump is trying to steal the next elections. We're going to get into that here in just a couple of minutes, and we're gonna get into it. And so everybody, welcome back. This is an Unreasonable Man, the Dayshift. I am the host, Grid One Motorsports. Everybody, settle in. Beverage of your choice. It is early to drink, but it's 5 o'clock over the yard, or the sun's over the yard arm somewhere, as they say. I personally do not drink, but I'm not going to blame you if you choose to in this political climate. But settle in. Today we're going to dig into one of the loudest narratives of the entire summer that not a lot of people are really talking about, and that is the claim that President Trump is somehow facilitating, or even actually committing voter fraud ahead of the 2026 midterms. Now, normally, Democrats are not worried about actual illegal votes. No, sir. They just want to make the claim and let heads roll, I guess. The charge is that the Trump administration's push for clean voter rolls. Now, I want to emphasize this point. Clean voter rolls, proof of citizenship, and investigations into non-citizen registration and past irregularities, they're claiming that is itself a threat to democracy. Now, this is insanity. We all know this, right? We understand, or we all ought to understand, that it's insane to try and make the claim that by wanting clean voter rolls, proof of citizenship, and investigate non-citizens registering, it being a threat to democracy. That's an insane claim, and all it is spin. Okay, spin. So let's start with the record. We'll get away from the spin. Since taking office, Trump's Justice Department has filed around 30 lawsuits against states that have refused to turn over unredacted voter rolls. Now, in plain language, what that means is Trump has told the Justice Department, hey, there are obvious signs of fraud. Okay? Go find it. The Justice Department has filed 30 lawsuits against these states because they refuse to turn over unredacted voter rolls. Now, what unredacted means is that they want all the names listed. All of it. What's up there, Little Miss? What's up there, political news? Sorry, guys, I'm in the middle of this. I see you. I do see you. Everybody coming in, I see you. Let's have a good time today. And let's put some numbers on the board. Go tell a buddy, bring a friend. Let's get everybody in here because this is important stuff. This is what the Democrats are saying. The unredacted voter rolls, which include names, addresses, driver's license numbers, social security numbers in some cases, in some states. That's what the Justice Department wants to see in these voter rolls. Now, I personally think that this is the right way to do it. This is how it ought to be done. If there's any doubt, the Justice Department files a case and comes out and says, hey, we think there's something wrong here. You need to prove to us that it is, in fact, nothing wrong here. Okay? We're all on the same page so far. We understand that, right? The stated goal of the Justice Department is to identify those ineligible voters, particularly non-citizens. Okay? Particularly non-citizens. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, right? The department, or the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, has pushed tools, including expansions or reconfigurations of the SAVE Act or SAVE system, not SAFE Act, two different things, and other Homeland Security investigation capabilities to cross-check those roles. A federal judge has recently limited some of that use, but it is still allowed. Limited doesn't mean disallowed. It just means, hey, you can do this, you can't do that. Well, we all good with that? Okay. Recently, a federal judge, after limiting that search, the FBI searched Fulton County election offices in Georgia, Fulton County, Georgia. That was in January 2026. And they seized materials from the 2020 election. Okay. Now these are voter rolls. They're all of this kind of stuff. Now they've not made public, as far as I know, what they have found. They've alluded to some things. Some things have leaked, but they haven't made everything public as far as I'm aware. And it probably won't because, voter information is, it is protected information. Now, Trump has publicly said he called the U.S. attorney in California and told him to look into the June primaries because, quote unquote, they're trying to steal that election too. That's a phone call saying, hey, man, just want you to look into this. We think people are trying to steal this election. Why you would have a problem with that if you want a fair and equal election? I don't know why anybody would have a problem with that. Now, maybe somebody else can explain that to me. I don't know. We'll find out. The White House spokesperson or people, basically, they frame all of this as it's ensuring totally accurate and up-to-date voter rolls free of errors and unlawfully registered non-citizen voters. As far as I'm aware, Sage Overcast, I saw your comment. I'm sorry. I have to do this by most of this is by memory. So if I stop, then I can lose my place. You thought the states ran the elections? Yes, but the federal government determines who can and cannot vote, and you know that. That's a stupid thing for you to say. You're smarter than that. Don't be an idiot. What's wrong with you? Little Miss is correct. It is a criminal investigation in Georgia now because of the materials that were found during the investigation into 2020 back in January. And that's the way it should be. The federal government goes in there, investigates, turns over what they have to the state government or state court system, and it goes through the as he says, civil process and discovery in the investigation, so that it is all public and you can see it. That's what it is. Suspense, you're correct. It is funny because it was the Democrats saying that Russia helped Trump get elected, but the Democrats don't want to look at the evidence that would be in the states. They don't want to look at any evidence because the evidence shows pretty much the exact opposite. Nobody wants to see that evidence. It'll never come to light because it's very, very bad for the left. All right. Now, also, by the way, I think it's hilarious that Sage Overcast claims to be a righty, a conservative, and yet he literally wants non-conservatives to win. Sage, I'm sorry, man. You're not one of us. Don't hate us because you ain't us. Just be the anus you are. Okay. All right. Anyway, back to where was I? We talked about the voter rolls free of unlawfully registered non-voters. Absolutely, we want that. And basically, we just don't want non-citizens voting. I think that's fair, right? Now, in mid-July, a couple of weeks ago, Trump gave a primetime address from the East Room. I didn't watch it. I had to go back and watch it again. And he released declassified material that he says showed China acquiring roughly 220 million U.S. voter files, which is, according to the White House, the largest compromise of election data in history. I don't know that to be the truth. I think it's the largest documented compromise of election data in history. I would agree with that. So I don't know what else. I understood who you were, Little Miss. Absolutely. So and there are other vulnerabilities in the election infrastructure that all of these things are showing, right? The DHS has a review that identifies approximately 278,000 non-citizen registered to vote, mostly concentrated, as you would expect, in states like California, New Jersey, Nevada, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, that all of that kind of thing. And Trump, that obviously it's not a surprise to anyone that this happened, right? It's not a surprise to me, right? Now, Trump has obviously pushed hard for the Save America Act. And Homeland Security Secretary Mullen, Mark Wayne Mullen, has followed up with letters to those states. Now, I don't know where that's going to go. We don't know how that's going to play out. And I don't know. I honestly, like, Homeland Security has some authority here. I'm not sure that they have ultimate authority in that. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Critics, such as our friend Sage Overcast, has immediately called this a setup. I'm actually shocked he didn't say it was a setup, in the chat. Maybe he's busy with logistics. Schumer, Chuck Schumer has said that Trump is working to rig the midterms. This is where all of this comes from. Before a single vote has even been cast. I want you to think about what Schumer has said, and what the actual reality is. What has been said is, hey, we want clarity. We want transparency. We want driver's licenses or ID required to vote in elections. We want voter rolls to be cleaned up and properly maintained. And yet, Chuck U. Schumer calls it working to rig, and this is a quote, working to rig the midterms before a single vote has even been cast. Right? Working to rig the system. Now, the House Intelligence Committee ranking member, Jim Himes, has warned of a scenario where Trump deploys federal officers to seize ballot boxes while claiming non-citizen voting. The only reason that you would be concerned about that is if you knew non-citizens were voting. This seems like an admission of guilt. If you were unhappy that somebody wants the ballot boxes checked to make sure that those votes are valid, if you have a problem with that, then you are kind of admitting that you know that there's something hinky there. Hinky being a technical term. Now, look, we all know Trump. Trump's got the moves. Trump's going to make that shit happen, right? Like Trump, people think he's an idiot, People say shit all the time. Don't know what they're talking about. But it's a very interesting thing, right? It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I really don't understand why everybody's all jacked up about this. I think he's doing the right thing. And, Trump's a hell of a guy.
Folks, we're here to talk about Grid Motorsports, tremendous streamer, absolutely tremendous. People are saying, and these are very smart people, the best people. They're saying Grid folded EB3 in a debate, not once, but twice.
That's true.
Totally destroyed that son of a bitch. The man was broken, completely broken. Grid is very rich, folks. Very, very rich. He's got vehicles. He's got planes. He's got bitches more than anybody, maybe more than me, maybe not, but a lot.
Yep. The president, he knows what he's talking about. He's got it down. He knows what's up. So I don't understand why we're being warned that Trump wants the ballot boxes checked. I don't see that as a warning thing. I think that this is normal. I think this is normalcy. I'm actually more concerned that people are unhappy that it might happen. Like that's like crazy town, right? Like that's unbelievable that anybody with half a brain would not want that they would not want everyone to know, right? Like this seems normal to me. Like this is crazy that people are talking in this way. Just is, right? Yes, Seth Spence, every country in the world does not allow non-citizens to vote. That's true. And by the way, I think we need to be there too. Yes, because it shows a fraud. Since U.S. aid was stopped, the DNC headquarters is now collateral for a loan because, yeah. Well, and here's the thing. U.S. aid is like being replaced as we speak. I actually need to do a show on that. All right. So my man, Ludo Miss, who is also known as This Podcast Will Not Survive or something like that, says, well, the issue is the Purcell principle. So all these election issues need to be adjudicated way prior to the elections. That's why no case was ever brought to the merits in 2020. That's probably true. And the problem is that by the time you investigate it, the next election's already there and there's no time to adjudicate it. And this is a problem we're going to have to figure out. We're going to have to understand how that happens. Now, when we talk about non-citizen voting, one of the first people that come to mind is California State Governor Gavin Newsom. By the way, his office is accused the president of personally directing federal prosecutors to start investigations into his political opponents when his preferred candidate may lose. Not that we shouldn't start investigations into these people because they're endorsing illegal voting practices and undocumented illegal alien voters. That obviously is not why we would want to investigate these people, right? Like that has nothing to do with these people getting investigated, right? Like that. Like, this is dumb. Like this is stupid. This is stupid. This is bad as Senator Merkley and Wyden and their colleagues who have written letters. If you don't know this, they've written letters sounding the alarm that the DOJ was removing guidance on non-interference and clearing the way for politically motivated election prosecutions. We already have that. I mean, like, everybody's suing everybody these days in politics, and it just seems to be the way of it. Now, obviously, I want it to end, but regardless of whether or not it ends is kind of irrelevant. There's a group called ProPublica, which, among others, have documented, I'm using air quotes here because I don't know. They've documented the replacement of career election security staff with people who have questioned the 2020 results. So this group, ProPublica, are going around and they're questioning why the career election security staff who have done a bang up job so far, because obviously nothing's happened on their watch, with people who actually questioned the 2020 results, who actually questioned that, hey, there is something hinky here, right? And that's very interesting, right? So, but yet Donald Trump is the one who's paranoid, right? Right? Methinks thou dost protest too much. It's crazy. It's crazy, folks. This is hypocrisy on a level that we rarely get to see. Rarely. This is a kind of hypocrisy that that you just don't like it numbs you, because you're like, nobody can be this stupid. Right? So voting rights groups and Democrats are forming election protection. You heard that right. Democrats are forming election protection task forces. And they talk about defending the results in advance. What's up, Iwan the Terrible? Good to see you out in the chat. So this is insane. This is crazy. So all of the things that Trump accused them of doing, that we could prove but not prove the Democrats on the left doing in the past couple of elections, now we're actually trying to prove it out, and they are the ones clamoring. They're clamoring for this. And this is the Democrat and media framing. Trump is manufacturing a crisis so he can disrupt or reject the midterms if Republicans lose the House or more, the Senate. That's their framing. They're framing this as Trump is upsetty spaghetti and he's going to cry foul if he doesn't get his way. That's what they're saying. I mean, they were going to say that anyway, but now they're preloading this in. Right? And we'll take a look at the other side of the ledger in just 1 second. We'll because guys, this is important stuff. Like, I understand that we've got guys like Sage Overcast out there who just hates Trump and cannot admit that he's fucking wrong. And yet he is wrong 99% of the time, just like I am right 99% of the time. 99.9. Let's take a look at the other side of that ledger, shall we? Shall we do that? I think that's right. So, non-citizen voting in elections is illegal. Period, Sage. Period. Especially federally. Now, states in theory could decide to have undocumented illegal aliens voting in their elections, but that's still illegal even at the state level. It's illegal. Period. End of fucking sentence. Every serious analysis, I don't get Bipartisan Policy Center, states' individual audits, Heritage Foundation's database, all of them find that it's rare, but Utah's multi-year review of more than 2 million registrants found 27 confirmed non-citizen registrations. Georgia's audit of 8.2 million found 20 non-citizens registered. So where are all these votes coming from? 9 of whom, by the way, who had voted in earlier elections. They were repeat offenders. Nationwide, when records are run through verification tools, the potential non-citizen flag rate is around 0.03 to 0.04%. Now, wait a minute. Here's a problem. The problem is that it's hard to flag the non-citizen voters when you're not IDing them. When you can't tell a non-citizen from a citizen voter because there's no verification. I digress. Federal prosecutors have charged a couple of hundred people under the alien voting statute over the decades. It's not a tremendous amount of people. And obviously, Trump's administration is accelerating those cases. And the Bipartisan Policy Center, which I mentioned earlier, and others are really quick to note that even the largest claims never reach a level that has demonstrably flipped a federal or even state elections. Now, again, the problem with these statements that I just made, because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Grid's fucking lost it. He's stupid. What the hell? We know that more of these illegals are voting than yes, we know that, but the problem is that you cannot vote. Pardon me, you cannot track undocumented voters if you're not documenting them. Ludo Miss says, I voted for Biden in Atlanta's in 2020 when I lived in Texas, and in 2020 when I lived in Texas and voted for Trump. Okay. So guess you canceled yourself out. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So look, I understand all of the arguments. I'm making the arguments for you guys, but they're wrong. The argument is wrong. It is wrong to say that, well, the Bipartisan Policy Center doesn't find that enough undocumented, illegal, non-citizen voters vote enough to matter. Well, that's bullshit. We know it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. And even if I were to grant that the numbers are lower than I think they are, it's still not zero, mofos. It's still not zero. And 0 is the only acceptable number when the rule is that only citizens vote in elections, especially federal elections. 0. Goose egg. None. Not. None. Done. JD Vance put it, I think, really, really well and really plainly. A single ballot, and he said, I'm quoting, a single ballot cast illegally in an American election is in fact the theft of the ballot from another American citizen. Now, obviously, Vance has been up on Capitol Hill pushing the SAVE Act, pretty hardcore, Save America Act. I just call it SAVE Act. And back mid-July, I think 14th, 15th, whatever, he told reporters that Republicans will accept the midterm results even if the bill does not pass. And he basically said, we think we're going to win, but ultimately that's up to the American people. However, he still insisted they must discourage cheating. Why are we encouraging cheating? That's the reality of the situation. We are encouraging cheating, at least on the left. The left are just basically saying that we don't really care. We can't have voter ID because black people aren't smart enough to have ID. Basically, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. That's no debunked. We have to discourage cheating, guys. And that's a clearer statement than many on the right have said. So there's a lot of people on the right that are kind of wishy-washy about it. Vance has actually put his foot down and said, no cheating. Poll after poll shows 80+%. I don't know. I don't remember what the exact number is, 80, whatever, of Americans support voter ID. 80+% support voter ID. Majorities, including significant numbers of Democrats, support proof of citizenship in in that, at least in principle. Now, whether or not they, in practice they do, I don't know. But in principle, they say they support that. The resistance is honestly concentrated in the political realm. It's the politicians that don't want this. Specifically, Democrat politicians currently in office and their advocacy groups that keep them in office, who basically band together to treat any kind of cleanup or verification as total voter suppression. The biggest argument the Democrats have is that the documentation burden falls harder on other people or certain populations who may treat, people who, for example, that don't own passports, right? That have never had a passport. My brother's never had a passport, but he does have real ID. Maybe their birth certificate is not easily accessible. Okay, just take some time to make that happen. These are bullshit, right? Women whose names changed with marriage is my favorite one that they use because it's such an idiotic position to take. What's up, Tootie Bug? Good to see you. Good to see you, God's favorite aunt. Welcome in. I'm ranting. It's a good show. You guys are going to love this. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life that a grown-ass woman can get married and change her name and not remember to change her name on her driver's license and ID so she can vote. That is insane to even postulate. To even put that out into the ether as something that's real is stupid. Stupid. Not smart. The opposite of smart. God's favorite aunt is correct. You can order your birth certificate online. Name changes are recorded in the courthouse when you get married, when you get a married license. Now, my wife, for example, did not change her name because she, at the time, and a perfect example, my wife did not change her name when we got married because she was in the middle of becoming a U.S. citizen. And had she changed her name, it could have, and most likely would have, involved her starting the entire process of becoming a citizen again, starting over. And she said, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to keep my name. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. No problem. It's not in the Chinese culture. You don't change your name. So it wasn't a big deal to her. And certainly I didn't want to set her back because she'd already spent a ton of time and money becoming a U.S. or, on the way to becoming a U.S. citizen. Why jeopardize that? Right. So it is an involved process when you've got to go to your bank, call your credit cards, all that kind of stuff, but it's not that involved. But to claim that as voter suppression is stupid. It's absolutely dumb. It's insane. You have to put an ad out in your local paper. I don't think we had to do that here. Oh, we'll figure it out. Anyway, so the speech back in July that Trump made basically recycled and amplified a bunch of the concerns he had already put out. I don't know if you have to do that here at God's favorite aunt. Maybe if you change your name back from your married name because you get a divorce or something. But I'm not even sure about that. And basically, the July speech also recycled some of the concerns about China and voting machines and how easily they are corrupted and that sort of thing. The recent intelligence assessments have been more measured, more critical, I guess, about China's intent and capability regarding the 2020 vote itself, whether or not the claims of the claims of things being hinky are whether those claims of being, that things are hinky or whatever are actually true. I don't know. Whatever. And the claim of 200, pardon me, what is it? 220 million voter files being illicitly acquired has been met with the response that much voter data is already commercially available. That's true. And critics are correct in noting that the speech did not produce smoking gun evidence of outcome. That's true. Outcome changing fraud. Yeah, fraud. In 2020, or a detailed operational plan for preventing 2026 interference. At the same time, however, the administration and its defenders, people who take the bullet, point out that after years of fortifying elections and downplaying concerns, the very same people who said that there was no concern whatsoever in 2020 at all, everything was great, everything was wonderful, couldn't have happened. They're the same people who now treat any interest by the feds in voting rolls, non-citizen checks, any of that as an existential threat. They're also saying that it was impossible to tamper with the election in 2020, and yet now they're saying, oh yeah, there's going to be massive voter tampering, and it's all on Trump. That's crazy. That this is blatant political posturing, and if you believe it, you need help. Obviously, the incentive structure is super obvious. If your coalition benefits from the loosest possible registration and mail rules, right? So you can mail in votes, no ID to vote in person, no fingerprinting, no nothing. Then you will obviously, and if it benefits you, you're obviously going to call those rules an attack on democracy. And this is the pattern that's worth noting. When Trump-backed candidates underperform or lose, as in the mayoral primary in California, where we all thought they were going to win, the first move from the top is to often call the process into question because the other side also thought they were going to win. That's corrosive. It also wasn't invented in a vacuum. People, obviously, they're going to do it. We're going to do it. All that kind of shit. And after 2020, we just need to understand that this is what the world is, right? Like this is how this is going to happen. And so, we've spent from 2020 to 2024. Everybody was telling us how secure the voting systems are, and now everybody's telling us how bad they are. Can't be both. Either Trump is right and 2020 he got screwed, or you admit that there was a chance he's right and say that 2026 is a problem, right? Yeah. Okay. So what should you reasonable or unreasonable people take from this? Well, first, non-citizen registration and voting exists at such a low level that it's almost like it doesn't exist, and that needs to be cleaned up. We need to fix that. It's wrong that it is this way, and there's no reason that I can think of that it ought not be the case that that we have absolute comprehensive voter ID and voter registration. I don't understand why we can track billions of dollars, but apparently we can't track billions of people. Any state that drags their feet on sharing the data, verifying citizenship, should be federally investigated. So, I mean, it's just the way it is, right? The Save America Act's core requirements poll really well and address the real principle here, which is that the practical implementation questions of what documents, how to handle name changes, provisional ballots, all that are legitimate and should be worked through rather than treated as proof of bad faith or an insurmountable blockage, right? And then lastly, pardon me, not lastly, I got one more point. Third, I guess, the media and the Democratic framing that any Republican interest in voter rolls, ID, non-citizen checks, the idea and framing there that equals rigging the midterms is just false, and it's laughable, and it's just an attempt to just prematurely delegitimize any reforms and investigations as being, you were wrong. So, and lastly, presidents of either party directing U.S. attorneys look at specific races because they dislike the early returns is a bad norm. But I don't disagree with basically blanket investigations of these of all the elections. I think all the elections should be vetted. However, Watergate era independence rules existed for a reason, and so that's a knife's edge for me, and I will dance on it. Ultimately, the midterms are going to be decided by voter turnout. That's you, that's me, that's your friends, your neighbors, your countrymen. Turn out, turn up, turn out, show out, cast your vote. Candidate quality is a big concern. Inflation perceptions, obviously everybody's watching their wallets right now. A lot of us are really fatigued, really fatigued with the foreign policy and local issues discussions 24/7. And ultimately, if the voting rolls are cleaner and ideas required in more places, there's the chance of fraud is so much less, and we all can kind of sleep better at night. Now, in my area, full disclosure, my state requires voter ID. If you don't have an ID, you cannot vote. That voter ID or your driver's license is checked against your voter ID card. You have to have registered to vote, and it's a pretty decent system. Really what, Tootie Bug? Sorry, I was slurping down some soda. While I'm waiting on Tootie Bug, look, if federal agencies overreach into pure state administration and start seizing ballots without an airtight legal process, that's a problem, right? And the courts are there to be the check for that. The problem is the loudest voices insisting that cleaning the rolls is the real threat have spent years insisting that questioning any part of the voting process is the real threat. And both of these things cannot be true at once. Both of these things cannot be true at once. Yes, Tootie Bug, I'm absolutely sick. Honestly, I'm fatigued over the vote. I'm getting text messages. You're okay, Tootie Bug. I'm fatigued over a bunch of these issues myself. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this shit. I'm especially tired of hearing the left who said that trust it, that there's no voter fraud possible. It's not even possible. They spent 6 years saying that, and now they're saying, oh no, now there's voter fraud. Oh, because they're about to lose. Here's my Unreasonable Man take. Look, guys, sources are public. They are. State Line, Reuters, ProRepublica, Roll Call, White House releases shit every day. Vance's July 15 comments are all public knowledge, publicly available from multiple sources. There's so many sources of public information that you can go educate yourself. And there's no reason. There's no reason why not to. Yeah. Now every state had 6,000 plus illegals who voted. I believe that. All right, guys, that ends the monologue. I burned through that a lot quicker than I thought I would, mainly because it's so incredibly stupid. I don't know anybody that could actually debate any of this shit, and that's it. You're fatigued about how communism is a pipe dream and socialism doesn't work? Interesting. I don't think socialism does work. I'm fatigued about how we haven't done socialism right. That's for sure. I'm gonna send Little Miss I'm gonna send them the link, and let me find it here. Send that guy the link and let him come up, and then we can talk a little bit. There we go. It's sent through Discord. If anybody else would like the link, please say so. What's up, Grand Designs? What are my thoughts on Islamic population concentration in enclaves across the U.S., but especially Michigan? Should something be done, like taking citizenship away, punishing those who let them settle? So that's a complex issue. So we have a history in this country of not really going along with the idea of alternative governments, right? And a famous example of this was in, I believe, Oregon State, where a Hindu or Indian guy, I think he was a guru, basically set up a cult there, for lack of a better term, a cult. And he actually took over a small town and very famously tried to poison some people. Yeah, let me see if I can find it right now. So yeah, this is Rajneeshpuram, controversial commune established in the early 1980s by followers of the Indian guru Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, later known as Osho, and locally led by his secretary Ma Anand Sheila. I'm saying all of these names wrong, by the way, but that's okay. And basically, they did what a lot of, they basically have fought. They kind of followed the that mentality of oh, we got Little Miss up here. What's up, my man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I've seen that fly. I think I've seen you in other places before.
I've been debating around the interwebs lately. It's been going well.
Okay. Good to see you. What's up, Josh? How are you? I saw that grid. I actually set that up over in Discord. I set up an automatic thing. I haven't been using it yet, but I have seen it. So as far as this Islamic population, I'm going to say that I kind of view Islam as a cult, or it can be a cult, and I think that we've had a long tradition in this country of not wanting cults. So I'm not really sure how, what to be done about it, but I agree that have them taking over entire blocks and having their own police forces and things like that is an antithesis to the American principles, right? And actually, when I was in New York last time, I actually saw the Islamic police driving around in what looked like, I thought 100% was a New York City cop car. But then I realized that it was not a New York City cop car, that this is Islamic police kind of thing. And I found that very interesting. First, that they can have something that looks so much like a police car. I find that very odd. I don't know what the laws are in New York about that. But also the fact that they existed at all. So it's very interesting. So anyway,
the one good thing about Islamic police is they don't have any female cops.
this is true. Much less likely to get shot accidentally.
Yeah, and they can actually kick doors down too.
Yeah, right. Kick doors down. That's right. I don't think they're allowed to kick doors down. That's the thing.
Depends on what day of the week it is.
I mean, having the ability to and being legally able to are two entirely different things.
As they say.
But yeah, that's very interesting.
Well, the whole thing.
Where were you at on this, Ludl?
Well, the thing too about the whole deal is like, because in 2019 the Supreme Court disallowed the census question to be asked whether or not one is a citizen or not. Right? We can't even quantify like how many non-citizens are in these regions. Right? And even if a citizen or a non-citizen can't vote, right, and they still answer the census because that question is not on the census, right? At that point in time, then that district gets the benefit of having non-citizens for their representation in Congress. And so even if there aren't voters who are non-citizens, they're still pumping up demographics. California being the primary example, Michigan the second, Wisconsin the third, New Jersey the fourth, right? Is expanding the amount of delegates that are properly elected to the House of Representatives, because everyone who's there, citizen or non-citizen, counts for a head in the apportionment of votes. So that's a problem.
It is a very real problem. That's one of the reasons why New Mexico became a problem the last 20 years.
Yes, sir.
Because it was not because all of a sudden New Mexico became way more important. It's because all of a sudden there were way more people in New Mexico than ever before. So there you go.
Yeah, and they got an extra seat in the Congress. And so I mean, if you're talking about a divided Congress, right, one seat could flip the whole deal. And so now we're having an extra seat on one side because of the demographic shift. Well, then there's already a disapportionment of power based upon illegal immigration.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So where are you at? So you heard my whole thing. Do you believe the balls on the left right now claiming that Trump is trying to steal the midterms?
It makes no sense to me. I mean, I believe it because that's all I have left to really put out there, right? I mean, like they're grasping for straws is what they have. Like, oh, he's gonna. I mean, they call him a fascist. They've got him tried to be assassinated 3, 4, 5 times, right?
Yes. At
that point in time, like what's left?
I mean, you're not wrong. Grand Design. I'll get to this in just a second. But it's insanity. Like they've literally spent the last 6 years telling us that no, the elections were not stolen.
They're free and secure. The most free and secure elections ever.
Secure.
Right.
The most free and secure. That these machines cannot be corrupted.
Right.
all of this issue. And now over the past 2 weeks, I've heard
it's a problem now. Right.
Yeah. The past 2 weeks, all I've heard coming out of and it started as a trickle, as it always does. It's like Bill Mayer says one little thing, and then they pick it up somewhere else, and now all of a sudden it's like everybody's like, Trump's stealing the election. JD Vance is stealing the election. Like all this shit.
It's the whole program, right? It's like it's not a thing. Oh, it might be a thing. Oh, it is a thing, but it's good, and it is a thing, and it's good, but it's not as bad as you think it is. Like that's the program, right?
Yeah, it is. It is exactly the way they run the program. So our friend Grand Designs over on Twitch says, you should expect at least triple the current population by the end of the century. Palestinian Islamic population used to be officially under 500K 150 years ago. Now Palestinian groups claim to be 15.5 million around the world.
Wow.
Well, here, I guess, all right, so here's the problem with I think that's vastly overblown.
Oh, sure.
And I could be wrong about it. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong about this in that I've heard for 30 years now, since I was in my 20s, that the Islamists were going to outbreed us. That they didn't even need to fight the war because eventually they were going to control the world through sheer numbers. The problem is that I don't have, and this is my honest policy regarding Islamists. I don't care. I don't feel like I need to fight them because they will fight themselves and they will kill themselves much more efficiently than I will. Because as a Christian, I have limits to what I will do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As an American, I really don't give a shit out what's outside my borders. Islamists don't have that. It's literally like the cartels got religion and they're just going after, there can only be one, main guy, whatever they, capo or
El Guapo, I don't know. Head honcho,
big whatever. I don't know the term. I'm sorry. I'm not up on my gangland slang. I apologize. I'm out of date. There can only be one.
You gotta rewatch The Godfather again. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I gotta go watch The Godfather. I got El Chapo or something. But that's how I view Islamists, because they've been fighting each other for 10,000 years and they will be fighting each other for 10,000 more years. They're never going to unify. The whole reason we have an Iran war right now is that their version of Islam doesn't mesh with everybody else's version of Islam, and they're the kid on the block that is stealing everybody's lunch money effectively. They're the bully, and nobody else can walk to school safely until they get that kid under control. That's what we're doing in Iran, because Trump. Love or hate the plan. Okay. The plan is for us to no longer be the enforcement arm in the Middle East.
Yep.
I agree with this plan. We should never have been the enforcement arm in the Middle East. I understand why we were. I'm just saying we should not have.
Sure.
But now the idea is that instead of God's favorite aunt is correct, power bores a vacuum. We can't just pull out of there. There's got to be something. Every time we've tried that, every time we've pulled out, that bitch has gotten pregnant with quintuplets, and we get fucked. Okay, like the bill comes due, the child support payments don't stop, and we're right back in there. Right, we're forced to move back in. We got a court order to go back in. Right. So
the Octa Mommy Islamic style.
The Octo Mommy has us under her thumb, right? So, and that's what happens, right? Like we try and pull out. No, you can't pull out. You got to go back in. And
pull out's apparently not an effective method.
Pulling out is not an effective method of dealing with the Islamist. Okay, so that's fucking awesome. And I can't believe I just came up that whole line just like bam. But anyway, so we can't just pull out. We've got what we need. What we need is the rescue guy.
Man.
You know who I'm talking about, right? He's that guy that never gets any, right? Right? That you can just be like, hey, man, let me introduce you to this chick. Okay? And and we throw that guy so far under the bus while we're out the back door. Like, we're gone. And that dude wakes up one morning. He's got 10 kids. He's got
10 kids. He got mortgages.
Three mortgages.
Got double wine.
Right. This guy's like God's favorite answer. Maybe this is one of the rare use cases for abortion.
He's got a reverse mortgage on his double wine.
Right, but this is how this works, right? And so we have, effectively, we've been father to, we've been daddy to the Middle East for so long that we need to get out. So to do that, we have, and unfortunately, it really is true that the world over, it takes 8 normal men to equal 1 American. I'm just sorry to say that. That's just the way it is. And that's what we got going on. There are 8 nation states that are supposed to take over the enforcement of the enforcement arm in the Middle East. That's and I can't name all of them, but it's Jordan, Kuwait,
Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain,
UAE, Saudi Arabia, and
Yemen,
Israel.
Baby. And Israel.
And the crazy thing is you've got Israel working with all the Arab countries.
Right. Abraham Accords, baby.
To provide peace in the Middle East. That's what we should go out for smokes and milk. That's funny. We've tried that. We've tried to do that.
Honey and milk and smokes, and it was But the whole thing too, right? Is the big thing you're talking about is the Sunni Shia divide, right?
Yes.
And that came from the 7th century, right? With the succession for the Prophet.
Well, it's not just that. It's Sunni Shiite plus you have the true Arabs, right? So the Saudis, the royalty, right? Who Iran and Iraq all hate because they're afraid that they're going to reestablish the caliphate. That's not the caliphate they want, right?
Exactly.
So,
it's the wrong caliphate.
It's the wrong caliphate, right? So this is great. Like why do I don't want to understand this. It's a bunch of baby daddy talk that I just don't want to know, right? Like I just don't want to know. This is a love triangle that I don't want to be involved in.
It's like a love pentangle, yeah.
Yeah, right. And then so you've got the Sunnis, the Shiites, you've got these the
Wahhabis, yeah.
There's there's I think 6 tribes.
Yeah, there's a good bit, yeah.
6 tribes, and then you have the principalities, which is which have members. You know what's fucked up is like the Saudi royal family has members of the royal family are Sunni, are Shiite, are Hittite. They're like what these.
It's like Middle Eastern Meghan Markle. It's like Middle Eastern Meghan Markle.
Yeah, these dudes be fucking. I'm saying right now, they be fucking.
Facts.
And so that's why we got to get out of the middle. This is why we have to get the fuck out of there, right?
But the point on the ground though is like we have with the Sunni nations, right? Oman, Bahrain, Jordan, Oman, Qatar, and Kuwait, right? We have American military bases there. We have Marines on the ground there right now, because they all realize that like the Shia Iraq, like the militias as well as Iran, are the problem, and so they're letting us house our military in their countries.
Yes.
So like they're not a threat because like we have more military in their country than they do. Oh, Jordan too. Yeah.
Right. But and the thing is that what we want to do is we want to pull all of our military out.
Yes, sir.
And ultimately, I think that that's a good plan. And I'm okay if they go to war with each other after that. Like I'm okay if Iraq and Iran just, have at it. You guys just slug it out. That's good. And this is why we are why the Islamists are a problem. It's not that they're converting more people. It's not that that all of this that's horseshit. The problem is that we're preventing them from killing each other in the numbers that they have historically, which was the control.
Yep. Yeah,
we keep swinging our big dick around, and they keep fucking their cousins.
Yep. And
and we're not going to solve the problem. We're just not going to solve the problem.
Well, because at the point in time when America has this like moral high ground where it's like we're gonna prevent like death worldwide, right? Death is bad. We're gonna stop that, right?
We still want that moral high ground. It's wrong.
Yeah. It's wrong. It's counterintuitive, yeah. But we want to keep doing that. So as long as we keep like preventing the warlords from killing each other, right? Then they're gonna coalesce and kill us, or try to, or our interests, right?
But that's why they started bombing our airplanes, is because we interfered.
Yeah. We're like, stop killing each other. Like, well, fine, we'll kill you then.
Yeah. Don't tell me what to do.
Right?
It's literally like the guy who tries to stop the bar fight.
Right.
And gets his tires slashed. Bottle, yeah. He walks out and his tires are slashed. His windshield's broken. And it's like, what?
Right. Like, what did I do? You're like, you did the good thing, but people don't like the good thing. So shame.
Well, but their goal is so different than ours. They want the caliphate.
Oh, they want the caliphate.
Depending on which caliphate you talk. I mean, again, I'm not going to get into all of the and I tried.
Potato,
I spent about 6 months trying to really understand the state of Islamic aggression and why they hate us and why they hate each other and all that. And I just came down to they are a bunch of ignorant cousin fucking motherfuckers that want to fight each other. And if we get and if you try and fight them, we try to prevent them from killing those other people, now we're the problem. They're coming after us. Right? Like, this is the lowest tier shit on the planet. Like, people trying to have all of these grand designs. I was looking for like this deep meaning, like this existential reality of why we're the bad guys. And it's as simple as they're dumb as fuck and they want to fight each other.
Oh, fight anybody who opposes them, right?
Right.
So I worked in Marine Corps intelligence for 4 years, and from 04 to 08, right? I was over there and did a lot of stuff with
thank you for your service, but I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, it was a shit show from start to finish. But the point being is like actually dealing with like talking to the guys on the deck of cards in an interrogation room or whatever, right? Is like they really don't have a fundamental principle. Like, the idea is like, we want X and you're somehow impeding us. Fuck you.
Yes.
Like there's no like, we built schools. Like, the same thing too is like, and the one thing I will say was kind of good, I guess, if you look at it, right, is like by the time I left Iraq, at least, or left that engagement, right, there was the first ever female graduate from Baghdad University. Graduated and came to school in America
in modernity. So
modernity, yeah. But at the same time, and then guess what happened to her? Gone. Yeah.
I'm gonna read this, and then I got a point. There must be no Islamic enclave outside the Islamic world. Should we even allow the risk of Islamic regime dominate essential shipping lanes and gateways? You were close to having Suez be under the control. I'm Grant. Look, man. I am on your side, brother. I am. Here's a problem that I have here.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at Spain, right? So you had a bunch of not current Spain. That's a shit show. But
you mean like 14th century Spain?
Yeah, 14th century Spain. Yeah. The Crusades happen, and you have a group of Muslims, settle in Spain. They hate the other factions of Islam with such a passion because they learned what peace was. And if you look at them in modernity, they stay far away from the other Islamists, right? Like they're like, they're kind of like Episcopalians, right? Like they're still Christian, but it's like Christian light, right?
Yeah.
But and they're like Islam, but Islam light, right? So, and I'm picking on Episcopalians. If you are one, it's just
you say Unitarians works well too.
Yeah, whatever. And So, but it's like they don't want to go. They don't want to go back to war. They like their life. They like peace. They like all of this stuff, right? And they don't even call themselves. They called themselves Moors. They didn't call themselves Muslims. They called themselves something else, and they made a very clear line that we're not those dudes. You know? Yeah. And I think that could happen in the U.S., right? Like to these enclaves in the U.S., because he's actually right. In theory, if they set up this little enclave in the U.S., the bad guys in Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, and all, they're going to come over here and they're going to fuck those dudes up because you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be in the homeland.
Right. Well, there's the whole thing, too. The principle, I think, kind of goes with what he was saying, right? There's al-Daram al-Harb, which is the world of war, which is everybody who's not Islam, al-Daram al-Islamiyya, which is the world of Islam. So whatever the Islamic sects consider is the world of Islam is to be protected, and everything else is at war with them. And so, like you're saying before, and the world of war, al-Daram al-Harb, is including of other Islamist sects they don't agree with.
Yeah. Right.
So the whole idea, I think you're saying, is like, let them just fight those motherfuckers and leave us alone.
Yeah. Right. And yeah. Right. And they will be when they're. It's interesting how they're the crab in the bucket mentality of the Islamists. Mm-hmm. Like you'll have a successful and this is, you know, I think this is why Iraq dressed in Iranian uniforms and went over and killed a bunch of them at back in March.
Yep.
After the first 2 or 3 days of rockets.
Yep.
You know, everybody thought Iraq and Iran were like tight, you know, like they're boys.
Parts and pieces, yeah.
And then but the Iraqis put on Iranian uniforms, walked across their own border and just started killing Iranians because we just don't like those motherfuckers.
Just fuck it, right? And also, like, where do they get those Iranian uniforms? Do they buy them on Etsy? I don't think they buy them on Etsy.
I don't know where they got those. But you know, it's like they don't have the tolerance level of just saying live in peace. They don't.
Well, because really the whole idea of like peaceful nation state, international community, and like negotiating between nations, it's like it's not a thing over there. That's why Afghanistan has gone south for any occupying force ever.
You have one Marine, and all of a sudden others show up. What's up, Grumple? How are you?
Hurrah, brother! Hurrah!
Yeah, they do fight each other on Western soil. You're right, Grand Designs. They will fight each other on our soil, but hopefully the ones that are here.
It's like, hey, Michigan, have fun. Yeah. Your football coach had a great time there. You take it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what how that problem's going to work. And you look at Texas; they have so many new mosques going up and all of that.
The whole Dallas thing, and the thing about it too is like there is federal and state law that could be enforced, right? To enforce that, right? It's like, again, you can go First Amendment, separation of church and state. The idea, also just like zoning laws. The fact that's happening is people are getting paid off by a lot of Arabic money to allow these zones to even exist. And there are laws on the books to counteract that, but the government has to have the will to actually do it for its actual citizens. And apparently we don't have that will even in Texas, which is just, it's disconcerting.
Yeah, there's a lot of disconcerting things right now.
Yeah.
But the voting stuff has gotta be.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. Transparency is the key, right? Like, give us your voting rolls. We redact information. There's no federal law or no state laws that's violated by any of that. And now we have, because Harmeet Dillon's filed suits in all the states, right? They're like, oh, we found 6,000 voters. Oh, New Jersey found. Now Georgia found. Now South Carolina found 6,000. It's going to be at least the same, if not more, in every state, because there's been such a lackadaisical way to approach it that there are illegal voters who've been registered by clicking that box on the get a driver's license, because like 65% of the states allow illegals to have driver's licenses. Well, then they can also vote. And so until that is like somehow solved, there are going to be illegal immigrants on the voter rolls, and some of them are going to vote. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, we have to constantly vote out Sharia law.
Yeah, 100%.
Iranian Ayatollah was dreaming of exporting the Islamic Revolution all over the Islamic world, and Iraq under Saddam and Saudi royalty were very afraid of taking it. of it taking over the zone. That's true.
It is.
And this is going to be this.
Well, that's what we have. That's why we have the Abraham Accords against, and Israel's part of that against against Iran and against the Houthis and against all the different sects there. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you were that you'd been in the Marines and had experience in this specific area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I tried to, like I said, I tried to understand all of it, and it's just I just come down to they're just a bunch of, I mean, basically animals. I mean, honestly.
I mean, not far advanced, if nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah. Grand Designs over on Twitch once again. Days ago during Shia celebration called Arbain in Michigan, Muslims. By the way, I pronounce it Muslim, as you should.
As one should.
Marching in a procession with written messages celebrating Iran-aligned militias.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Unfortunately, we have free speech laws here, so.
That's the thing too.
I did see this. IDs are required to shop at grocery stores now. What does that mean there? Yeah, I think that's the best use case for voter ID laws.
It's just like irony comes back to roost again, right?
Yeah. What do you think about all of this? What do you think about all of this?
All of what? Like the Islamic stuff or the voting stuff?
No, the vote, the calling Trump out on supposedly doing this.
It's ridiculous. The whole thing is like, it's okay. So it's upsetting to me that Trump says random shit that he shouldn't say, because like all the policies that Trump is pushing for are based. They're good. They are grounded in the Constitution. If you just go off on Truth Social and say random stuff, like if it was anybody other than Trump, they wouldn't have the attacks they have. And so they flood the media with all the bullshit, right? And it gets even conservatives like, oh, well, no, I'm anti-Trump. Well, no, I regret I voted for Trump. Brian Shapiro, blah, 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 whatever.
Well, I mean, Brian Shapiro is not a conservative.
Well, no, but he's an independent.
I
know.
He's independently stupid.
He's independently like fucking retarded.
Yeah, independently retarded.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can say that on YouTube, but we just did.
Wow.
My friend Natalia, who is a great supporter of the show, says, I love this episode. Middle East history is my forte.
Hey, Natalia, that's awesome. Good for you, Natalia. Thanks.
So one of the things I don't think people realize is that post World War II, Baghdad, Beirut, and Tel Aviv, all these cities were the crown jewels of the world. Like
Beirut was awesome. Beirut was New York City. Man.
Yeah, it was the Paris of the Middle East. And you saw, and I've seen pictures. You can look back through time there and see pictures of women out in evening gowns, and it looked like they're in California, and it was really becoming modernized, and really, it was a wonderful place. And then,
and
to be honest, it's kind of our fault because we being the CIA,
we fucked around and we found out.
We executed a coup because that was because I think it would have happened anyway, but certainly we accelerated things. And for people who don't know what was going on, is at that point in time, the entire world was going to the Middle East to find oil.
Yeah, we hadn't done the deep exploration yet. Like we didn't realize what we had here in the West. Yeah,
right. And so the entire, literally, you had French, mostly French, Dutch, and German companies that were sending in oil exploration teams to find oil. And when they would find oil, they would try and buy the land. Right. This was a very foreign concept to these nomadic tribes that live in Iran and Iraq. They don't own anything. Like the idea of owning land is like, woo.
It's a very British thing, Governor.
Yeah, right. And so they started causing problems. Then it became a national issue, And then Iran got fucked. We fucked Iran over by thinking that if we took out, if we displaced the, he wasn't the president, he was a premier or something. I forget what his exact title was. We removed effectively removed the leadership, thinking that new leadership would come into place. But what actually happened is the religious zealots came into power, and it's never changed.
It's never rolled back. Yeah,
because
it became
rolled back. It
became like a hereditary theocracy, and then that was like what we didn't want. And the CIA is like, oh, hands off now. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And then again, Glare 1% is correct. To be fair, it didn't help that we gave land to a specific group of people that historically didn't have land. I don't think that's necessarily true. Nobody had land, to be honest. Right. Nobody had a concept of owning anything.
But okay, so I'll tell you something about that whole thing, right? So like, I mean, people can shit on Israel and the Jews as much as they want. But the whole thing is like the only reason that we have any accurate intel or actionable intel in the Middle East is because of Israel. The Mossad has infiltrated all these countries, and they share their intel with us.
Oh yeah, the Mossad is crazy.
So if you are in favor of the U.S. having any kind of hegemonic power, then you have to kind of accept Israel as a necessary evil, because all the intel we get to do any operations in the Middle East or Kazakhstan, all the stands all the way up to Russia, is because of that. And so, like, I mean, you can wait. You can be like, we don't want that. We just want to go naked and blind and fuck Israel. That's fine, but like at the same time, like you have to actually realize what you're losing when you say that.
I mean, I think historically, it's interesting because, you know, the Jews had Jerusalem. They were kicked out. The
Judea, Samaria,
Yep. And then the Crusades happened. They were there, then they weren't there, then they were there. And then, they kind of lived throughout all of that area. To say that they weren't there is disingenuous. It's not really true. Yes, it was the UK. It's the UK that actually made that happen. And there was no.
Yeah. The Balfour Accords. Yep.
Yeah. There really wasn't. Yep. I'm not really even sure who the Palestinians were, other than desert nomads who.
Well, the Palestinians were people that Jordan wouldn't accept back in after the Balfour Declaration.
They were the warlike tribes that Jordan said, "Hey, if you move here, if you move here, you threaten our peace. So fuck you.
So fuck off." Well, actually, I had a fun job. After I was done with the Marine Corps, I did some military contracting. It was during the Syrian refugee crisis. I was contracted by the Kingdom of Jordan and the Malik there. And so there was like 300,000 Syrian refugees living in Jordan at that point in time. And I talked to the Malik in person at the point in time. And he said, like, we need to like install machine gun nests that are hidden. So if these people get wild up, we can gun them down before they take over the capital. Like that was the King of Jordan, an Arab, his concern. So I was consulted to like install machine gun nets to make sure the Palestinians didn't get too riled up. So like it's not just a Western concern. That's a concern of everybody who lives in that land.
Yeah.
So
it's true. No,
it sucks, but it is, right?
It's a very convoluted history. I don't really give a shit about it. I mean, Rome used to belong to the Romans.
No.
Right? Like
and then Byzantine and then yada yada.
Yeah. The city of Troy died, right?
Yeah. I mean, apparently a black woman runs it now. I saw a movie.
I missed that movie.
I didn't see it either. I was just joking.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
The new Odyssey movie. The new Odyssey movie. Apparently, Helena Troy is a Nubian.
The Palestinian nationalists and their foreign allies who advocate for independence while relying on an Iran-backed Hamas as the primary resistance force are avoiding accountability for the logical outcome, which is Hamas would likely govern an independent Palestinian state, bringing Iran-aligned Islamist rule. If the organized forces available to the Palestinians are compromised, Hamas with Iran Fatah with corruption, authoritarianism, what should Palestinians realistically do? I don't know.
Well,
I think
the thing is like all of that narrative relies upon Western media reporting the Palestinian narrative, right?
Mhm.
Like if it wasn't for Western media reporting that, this thing would die. I think by Palestinians they mean like the people who live in Palestine who aren't Iran aligned, Fatah, Hamas, etc.
Yeah. I think that. I mean, man, I don't know. I mean, it's really complicated. And that's why they need to rule themselves. We need to be the fuck out of it. Like, we don't know. Nobody in this conversation knows. And even if they did know, they wouldn't admit to knowing. Because why would you do that? Why would you take responsibility for knowing that shit?
Here comes Sai. Hey, the wifey's here. Say hi, wifey.
Hi, wifey.
Put your head this way so I can see you on your eyeball.
Can't actually see you. Yeah,
there she is. Hey, wifey. All right.
Hi.
I made you a sandwich.
We heard that. Yeah.
I know, right?
So it's very interesting how this is all working out, and I'm of the opinion that we need to get the fuck out. Like, it's just we don't do any good. No. We could have done a lot of good back when we won World War II. If we had just said, if we owned the world at that point in time, if we just said, hey, we're just going to keep this. This is America light now. And, so
let me ask you a question then about that then.
Sure.
So and I don't disagree with you. But like, so we have bases in Oman, in Kuwait, in Jordan. And also the military of all those nations, the UAE, include Bahrain, as well as the UAE, rely upon our presence in those bases to not only train but also give them equipment, right? So if we just say fuck it and bounce out, like what? Because we militarily we basically run the entirety of the Arabic countries there, save for Iran.
So Jordan has their own air force now.
Oh yeah. So does UAE. The UAE is good too.
They all of these countries have standing armies.
Yep.
So individually they can't do shit.
But together they can. Yep.
But if you have 8 countries that have more or less equal say and have to can we drop my man Ludy's Loodle's Inc. Link.
It's just
drop that out there. You can't do it because you're not a mod. You can throw it over in the Discord in the waiting room, and one of the mods can grab it and drop it.
Okay, cool. If I can figure out how to do that. Sorry, I'm still kind of a Luddite.
That's all right. And so it's an interesting look. I've kind of put some thought into this about why Trump wants to do this.
There's a bunch of great reasons why he wants to. We can go into that next. There's a bunch of great reasons why he's doing it.
There's a bunch of great reasons why he wants to do it, but the problem is if it fails, right?
Well, then we're cooked.
and that's why Iran. That's why we had Iran was the problem child, so to speak, right? Like everybody else wants to play ball. Iran's a problem child.
Yep.
Now, my personal opinion is that we should have stepped back and said, okay, you guys need to get your house in order, get Iran on board. I think Trump knew that wasn't going to happen.
Sure.
I think that Trump ultimately said that I mean, there's some political things there. Like I think Trump was concerned, rightly so, that if we step back and said, okay, you guys are going to be the enforcement arm, go enforce shit, that Iran would have appealed to its backers in the UAE and Saudi Arabia, and those two would have drugged their feet, and that would have put everybody else kind of fighting with each other again.
Well, the whole thing about the geopolitical strategy, right, is so I don't think it was coincidental that we did the whole, or Trump did the whole thing in Venezuela first, right? Because I think the bigger move is the China situation, right? And so like China has
what he did there is
China had,
we can talk about that.
It was gold, right? But China has like two sources of oil, Venezuela and Iran. That's it. Right? Russia has no main pipelines to China. And since Russia's in a war with Ukraine, that's cut off already.
Okay.
And so we take out Venezuela. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's pivot the argument a little bit. So
go ahead.
Everybody says that it would have displaced a petrodollar and that would have shattered our economy. Not anymore.
Right.
Because we don't give a shit now who has the oil or where it goes. Because what Trump has effectively done is what was happening is Iran and Venezuela, they were the two gross offenders, were selling oil to whoever wanted it. And they were doing off-book transactions for cash, for guns, for diamonds, for what the fuck ever, for political influence. Billions of dollars of money out of the system that couldn't be accounted for. And that actually gave China power. That actually gave Iran power. That actually gave these countries power. What Trump did, which people don't seem to really get yet, is he destroyed that. He's now made it to where he controls effectively where all of the oil goes, who can buy it, and where the money goes once it's put into the system.
You know what proves that?
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about controlling who has the oil. He doesn't care who ships the oil. It doesn't matter because you're going to have to go through a central bank somewhere. It's going to have to go through a medium, and that's what he effectively controls. And so you can't change, a million gallons of oil for a bunch of rockets right now, and that's a nut punch to all of these people. Like that's just the way it is.
And you know what proves that fact? What is the one acronym you have never heard during the Iranian conflict? OPEC.
Yeah.
No one has ever mentioned the effect on OPEC the entire time. Why? Because it doesn't fucking matter anymore. And just that fact alone, that OPEC never again will have control over the global petrodollar or the global petroleum market, is a win for the U.S. hegemony. Yeah, game, set, match.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I mean, if it just doesn't, it no longer matters who owns the production. They can't sell it. They can't move it. They can't gain money off of it. And without the ability to do so,
well, now and they can't outsell with us being Venezuela being our vassal state now, right? Which I mean, you can feel certain kinds of way about that, whatever. But like between the South Texas production, Louisiana production, Venezuela production, we are now the global exporter. And so you see Pierce Morgan, these idiots out there being like, "Oh, Trump never thought the Strait of Hormuz would ever possibly be closed down." No, that was the plan, and now it's closed down, and so now we have a monopoly on everything.
I think that other people don't realize,
like, build a wall across the Strait of Hormuz, we win.
God's favorite ant. Good to see you out on the show, man. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the day. Grand Designs. I think UAE has left OPEC because they're not getting paid.
Yep.
They want to get paid, right? And it's hard to get paid. Again, you can't just go out and sell 1 billion gallons of oil anymore. It just doesn't happen that way. So, and the reality is, and this is the new reality, right? What Trump has done is set the U.S. up as we're not just the biggest dick in the room anymore. We're the biggest wallet in the room now. We don't actually have to control all the. We don't have to own all the money. We don't have to have all of this cash, because nobody can put it anywhere that we can't sanction it, embargo it, take it away, lock it down. And that is the true world power right now. The Strait of Hormuz, and nothing exemplifies that better than when Trump told Israel, "You will fire the first missiles into Iran, or I will cut you the fuck off.
Yep.
And you know what happened the next morning? They fucking launched the rockets.
Yep.
Like that's just the way it is.
But the thing about that too is, and again, back to like election or narrative media stuff, right? Is the idea that like, oh, Israel made Trump. This whole fucking false narrative that somehow like
it is a seriously false narrative
that the Jews control America. No, like
not even close.
The whole point is very easy, right? Is like Israel gave us plausible deniability for the first Iran strike. Duh. So we asked them to do it. They did it, and then we followed through and fucking knocked shit out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reality is Israel wanted us to make the first strike. They wanted to maintain at least a
modicum of
deniability of, hey, wasn't us, bro.
Right.
Wasn't us.
We're like, nah, it's
and
you.
Trump
Go.
said, nah, bro. No. You were firing the first missiles.
Yeah.
And you'll do it tomorrow morning.
Right. Well, the whole thing too with Lebanon, the thing about the whole Lebanon conflict is completely crazy, right? Is like 98% of the Lebanese want Hezbollah the fuck out of there. Like the Lebanese support Israel, what they're doing there. Not that you would hear that from our media.
Right. Well, and I think support has waned a little bit because obviously shortages. I mean, there's you know,
and Gaza was a kerfuffle. Like that was pretty.
We had
brutal.
the same thing. Look, we had the same thing throughout every single Middle Eastern war that we get into. It's the same thing. You know, when we were in Kuwait,
it's not us. It's everyone. It's everyone in the Middle East. Ever.
Yeah, it's you know when we were in Kuwait. And they couldn't get ships in. The trains trains weren't coming across the desert. They were fucking like they didn't have anything, no food, no water. They weren't able to. Their water pumping ability.
The desalination plants. All of
that shit went down, and everybody's blaming the U.S. for doing. We didn't fucking do anything with it. You know, like we're just we're here to unfuck this, not fuck it up further.
Right.
And so, it was the same shit in Kuwait, exactly the same.
Yep.
Nobody, it's the same thing that the Jews are experiencing now with Palestine, and everybody, all the Kuwaitis wanted us there. They were like, "Fucking yeah, yeah!"
Oh yeah, they were like, like, "Here's my daughter's number. Call her, Marine guy."
Yeah, and at the, but you had, all the local newspaper, everybody's like, well, it's so bad the Americans are here. There's no food. There's no water. We can't get gasoline. We can't drive our trucks around. We can't, the mail is, mail's 2 months late. The banks are shut down. Right.
Yeah, the mail-in ballots are slow in Kuwait. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it was though. I mean, basically everywhere that we've been, Syria, same thing in Syria. Right. You can't. We don't have clean water because they blew up the dam or whatever the fuck that was. And no, it's a pipeline. Yeah. Sorry, we didn't blow up the pipeline.
Right.
The fuckers were killing blew up the pipeline. Exactly. What do you want? What do you want from us?
The whole thing is like if everything's not perfect, it's America's fault.
Yeah, kind of is. And I'm not saying we didn't fuck up. I'm not saying
we screwed the pooch. We did. But we screwed. But the same thing too is okay. So like, just look at the Iraq war, right? The second one, right? Where I was over there is like, okay, if you put like a fucking Marine Corps division in Kuwait and you drop leaflets 2 weeks before that says, if you're not a jihadist, get the fuck out of the way, right? And we just roll, and everything that moves, we shoot. War's over in 3 weeks.
Right.
But we're not willing to do that because of optics.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I get it. Our man over on Twitch, Grand Design, says it's a terrible planning blunder that major oil pipelines were not built to and from the Gulf to the Mediterranean and to the ports on the shoreline of the Red Sea. Hey, blame the Soviets, baby.
Was it a blunder or was it for a reason?
Blame the Soviets on the Red Sea shit because they didn't want that shit.
Yeah, Black Sea too.
Mediterranean. I don't know who to blame. I know that's one of the reasons why the Turks were all pissed off.
The Turks have been pissed for a minute.
Yeah, they don't want pipelines.
No, because they want also anything that gives anything to Kurds. They don't want that too. So like, and most of the oil that's in Turkey is like in a Kurdish controlled region. So they're very happy to like not have pipelines because we give like
make it difficult on them.
Exactly, because fuck those guys.
That's why. Yeah. That's why Japan entered World War II.
The Kurds?
No.
No.
They want. All right. So their whole plan. I mean, this is so.
Right. They need oil to make their ships run.
They needed oil, and they'd already invaded China, and they were moving through into Indochina, which we call India now.
Yep.
And so they were moving through that region, and what they wanted to do was to get into Turkey and that region, the Middle Eastern region, and find oil and occupy that.
Yep.
That's what their whole plan. That was like that's what they wanted to do.
That was the plan, because the whole thing was like Japan realized more than Germany did even that it was a naval war, and you need oil to run the naval campaign. They didn't have any, and when they came into China, they were, as much as they were like raping Indochina and everything else, right? Nanking, everything else, they were looking for. They were out there looking for oil, and they found none in China. So they moved west into Tajikistan, what now Tajikistan, into Kurdistan, and they found nothing. So they were like, "Well, Turkey's got it. We're going to go
up in Mongolia."
Absolutely, and there's no oil there, but they were hoping to find it, and they never found it. Yeah, exactly.
Well, because they didn't have the technology and and they were fighting a war at the same time. The Japanese were really ambitious in World War II. Like they were fighting a war. They were occupying China, and they were like crawling all over the Southeast Asia and the Middle East looking for oil. Like they were some busy fuckers. Like, but they weren't really fighting that much. Ultimately.
Well, no, because everybody just submitted to them after they like took the shit out of China real quick. Everybody was just like, okay, fine.
Yeah, they did they were really, honestly, they were smart in China. They occupied it with a very low number of troops.
Oh yeah.
And they basically said, hey, don't start none, there won't be none.
Yep. And they start building. So the same thing too, right? Is like, and they built them railroads, which are still operating today. So like, if you just restore,
but they built railroads because they were looking for oil,
right? Exactly. Like when we find it, we're gonna ship it out.
That's right. No, that was the whole thing, right? And that was and it was when FDR realized that's when he cut them off to get us into the war. He realized that FDR realized that there was no way that we were going to get into the war based on the Eastern Front.
Right.
We just weren't going to do it. And less and less Americans gave a shit about it.
It was a losing proposition from the Eastern Front.
Everybody in America couldn't give a shit less about the Eastern Front, Germany, France. Who gives a fuck? They don't care. Right. We were not going to get into war. And the only thing, and he plotted to get us into that war, which was just,
and that's the whole thing
insane.
Too, is like there. I mean, that's why the whole like conspiracy theories or whatever about like allowing the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Well, I think it was. I mean, I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think it's pretty well documented.
I was choosing my words carefully.
Yeah. Well, and they've got that new movie out about Nimitz. Is it Nimitz? I think
Nimitz. Well, when Nimitz, that's a current American aircraft. Or aircraft carrier. I don't know.
Well, I'm talking about the Admiral.
Oh yeah. Nimitz or which one?
In World War II, where he's like, it's really gonna be tough in the Pacific.
Oh no, it's not. It's not Nimitz. It's the
Halsey.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's me, isn't it?
It's not you. It's
me. He looked like he was a Marine there. Like they're talking about, hey, we're gonna go attack this, and the Marine's like, it's me, isn't it? That's all I could think about was.
Yep.
we've got no ships, no planes, no troops that know what the fuck they're doing.
Yep.
And we're not even sure we got enough bullets.
So
We gotta go do this. Well, that guy's gonna have a hard time. Wait, it's me. It's me, isn't it? Yeah.
Give him Marine a pencil and flip flop. He'll kill some motherfuckers.
Well, actually, or he'll break it. I mean, give any piece of gear that survives 2 days in a Marine's hands is
bro. Like the gear we got when we were over there was like fucking recycled gear from the Vietnam War. We got
of course
no gear.
It was. Marines don't get new gear.
Exactly. No,
you don't get new gear.
The Army got these fucking like bodysuits that had like cool water circulating above it to evade the temperatures in Iraq. We got like fucking backpacks from Vietnam.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Of course you did.
Yeah,
like Marines.
Fun time.
Yeah. My man Spence says, and we capitalized on that attack because Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar were telling the U.S. to engage in diplomacy with Iran, and our response, are you guys now vassal states of Iran?
I think that was
not allowing the U.S. to use their own military base to counterattack Iran. Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. Like, at least the good thing is we have the bases there, so like we can shoot up Patriot missiles to intercept Iran's ballistic missiles. So like at least like all those companies, all those countries aren't they have desalination plants still. They still have like their oil infrastructure because our bases are intercepting Iranian missiles. So yes and no.
Yeah.
Still sucks.
Yeah, it's I mean it's kind of hard out there for a pimp these days, and over there in
these hoes ain't loyal.
they ain't loyal. That's true. That's true. I mean, it is crazy to think that what's crazy for me to think is like I have actually like I have not the intimate knowledge I once had, but I have a pretty decent understanding of capabilities and assets. And I understand that if we really, if a leader had the balls to, the entire Middle East locked down inside of a month and a half. I mean, locked down, like nothing moves, no vehicle moves. There's no, all the bad guys are pushing up daisies. Like we lack and I hate to say it, we lack the testicular fortitude.
Yep.
We don't want to win wars anymore. I don't know why. Well, Americans, we don't want to win a war anymore.
There's a thing about that, and let me suggest for all the audience listening, right? There's an essay written. It's a transcription of Alexander Solzhenitsyn. He wrote the Gulag Archipelago. He gave a commencement speech at Harvard in '67, called "The Weakening of the West." And he goes over this in its entirety in that speech. So you can find it. It's free online PDF. But he talks about how like the West, America specifically, right, will only attack targets who are paper tigers. The actual threats to America, the U.S. won't do because they don't have the balls to do it. And so he goes over this in '67 when Jackie Kennedy was there at the speech, and she apparently had a bad taste in her mouth after it because he kind of called her husband a cuck. And, so it is. But he was right. Solzhenitsyn was right. And that's exactly what you're describing.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing to me because we just, for whatever reason, just don't want to do it. U.S. should have relocated their bases from the Gulf to the north of Saudi to Israel and Jordan. I don't disagree with that. But understand that we don't even need those. Those bases are... the bases that we have in the Middle East are vanity bases.
Yeah.
Understand that we don't need them. We don't need them for refueling. We don't need them for rearming. We don't need them for shit. Literally with our current capabilities, if we need to bomb something in Iran, we can take off from Germany.
Yeah. Rammstein is close enough. Yeah.
And they won't see us coming. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's not.
But the whole thing is like, if we have a base in their country, right, they're going to be less prone to be squirrely with us.
Right. And that, again, they're vanity bases, right?
Sure.
They're, yeah.
No, I get you. I'm just saying, I mean, they're vanity bases, and we just are plopping our dicks out and showing it to them all. But at the same time,
right.
But at the same time, if your dick's out in the country, then they're gonna be less likely.
Well, I think that when I say vanity bases, they're good for Americans to think that we have a base there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's good for it's good optics globally.
Sure.
That, hey, we can put a base any damn where we want.
Yeah.
Right?
We're here and we're queer and we're coming for your children. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that those I think the optics are really good.
But we really we just need one big one, really, and that's fine.
But again, we don't even need the air. I mean, I think it was hilarious that Iran was worried about the aircraft carriers.
I know, right?
Like, seriously, like, we don't need those,
right?
we
have stealth jets flying from Washington State, bitch.
I was gonna say, like they take off from Arizona, right. They refuel over Hawaii, and you're dead. Right. like what are you talking about? Do you not understand the capabilities, the tactical capabilities of the things that we're putting out these days? Like, it's not like I understand that we downplay things, right? Like, we're like, oh no, we can't, no, bro, we can't. That's like the 6'3" guy fighting the 5'8" guy, going, nah, bro, you can totally hit me. Like,
right. No, come at me, bro, come at me. Yeah, you got Marines on the aircraft carriers jerking off to OnlyFans girls in Iran, and they're like, oh yeah, bro, no, we're good. It's like Washington State fucking bombers boom, boom.
Fly over the aircraft carriers. Right? Hey, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's interesting.
I screwed that guy's sister one time. Hey.
Well, and it's, I mean, the only thing I think that we really need the bases in the Middle East for is for the and we don't actually need it. It's just it's less complicated. So if we want a C-130 like Puff the Magic Dragon or a Ghost or something like that, if we want something like that in that area, that asset, yes, obviously a C-130 can fly all the fucking way across the ocean a couple of times. Yeah. But can it do it with a full load of armament? I don't know. I mean, probably
depends on from where. Depends on which ocean. But yeah, it can.
Probably. But the flight crew probably wants they probably want to take a nap. They
want some pretzels and peanuts.
Yeah, they don't have stewardess on those flights.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, look, I make light of this in a way, but that's the reality. I just don't think people get it, right? Like, I know that most Americans are about 30 years behind our current capabilities.
Yeah, if that, yeah.
The draining of the missile interceptors the U.S. is dealing with is a real issue. I don't think so. We have a lot of planes, and it's an excuse to make more, to be honest.
Yeah, and also the whole thing too is I think what the chatter was getting at is the Democrats are blocking the bill to fund new development of arms. There are so many back ways to get arms funded in America. Yeah. We will have all the bullets and missiles we need. I don't care if Congress shuts down for a year. We'll have every bullet and missile we need. Done deal, sign and seal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's we can talk about that, right? We want the F-30. I mean, we're selling F-35s to anybody who'll buy one. We want that program killed. We have something new. We just can't use it because we already have one. It's like I can't buy the new car until the old car is sold. And we're selling F-35. I mean, we've sold F-35s to Japan. We've sold them to Korea. I think Australia's getting a few.
Oman and UAE got some.
Yeah,
you know why?
Oman, UAE.
You really want to know why?
This is the latest, greatest strike fighter, right? And we're just we're selling them like it's a fucking yard sale.
You know why? Because we have the kill switch. If they go wily,
that's true.
Your Tesla is shut off.
Yeah,
it will stop in mid-flight. So yeah, we'll give them to everybody. Russia, buy some.
Yeah.
pop.
Well, it's not just the kill switch, but even if they like, first of all, they're not gonna like.
Right.
Let's be honest here. You put the F-22 against an F-35. The F-35 is garbage. Like,
yep.
Like it's done. It's not coming home.
No.
And we're not letting those loose.
Right.
Like those are not for sale. Like you can tell. Like we're selling this. Well, ain't nobody. You don't even get to look at this over here.
Exactly right.
Look at that.
It's like the garage sale. You have like 3 TVs out there, but you're like 154 inch in the on that one.
Right. No, that's true. It's not an issue. The U.S. prioritizes the U.S. military when it comes to making munitions, so NATO can fuck right off with it. Yeah, look, but we have a lot of companies over here that make a lot of money selling shit to NATO.
The worst hit to NATO's budget was Lindsey Graham's death.
That's no shit right there.
Right.
That dude could sell water to a water buffalo. I ain't lying. NATO bought everything. Like, you know what you need? NATO, what you need? You need 400 Patriot weapon systems. These are, look, they're 50 years old.
Say it in Southern accent.
I got the best Southern accent as I got. They're 50 years old, but I promise you, they're still relevant. We've got updated software. We have brand new warheads. And NATO, what you need is 400 Patriot missile systems. And what you're going to do with those is you're going to put those on the border of the Ukraine and shoot them at Russia. That's what you're going to do with them.
Have fun.
And that's, I
could sell lube to an Arab.
This guy, that's a hell of a deal. Because the Ukrainians thought that they were getting I thought it was hilarious that so many people thought the Ukrainians were getting the best U.S. rocket systems. They're getting 400 or however many of these Patriot missile systems.
Dude, they were buying them on Temu.
And these are literally, they were 40 and 50-year-old systems. I can't believe they bought. Obviously they were more advanced than anything they had. I'm not going to lie. They were, the Patriot's still a fucking badass weapon system, but we got javelins. We got all kinds of cool shit.
We basically pulled the shit out of Poland from the freaking 1960s, and we're like, "Here, Ukraine, here you go."
Yeah, that's pretty much fucking right.
Actually, was
literally 40 and 50-year-old weapon systems. This shit, it outdates me. Right?
Me too, barely.
And it was crazy. It was nuts. It's like
the Pope John Paul II missile system.
And the funny thing is, what's it going to do to our inventory? And we're we've been trying to, trust me, first of all, we can make Patriots in our sleep, but we want to make new shit. We got new shit. Like
actual good shit, right?
Yeah.
Like AI, fucking Dorm's phone, everything. Yeah.
It's pretty hilarious that it used to be that the average American had a really good idea of what our military capability is. Nowadays, I think that even people that that separated 3 weeks ago from active service have no fucking clue.
That's fair. Yeah.
Unless they did a very specific job.
Yeah, they have their area of expertise, but other than that, nah.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine who's he's up in Virginia now, and he teaches at Quantico and a couple other places. And what his day job is enhancing the lethality of Marines. I want you to understand how
give him a screwdriver. Give him a damn screwdriver.
That's what a scary statement that is.
Right?
You've already got a group of people whose combat handbook says, if in doubt, throw grenades.
You have a group of people who kill you with a flip flop.
I think he ran into that building. Throw grenades.
I bet
Oh, look, there's some tall grass over there. Throw grenades first, then we'll shoot at it.
that guy like wakes up in his sleep at 3 a.m. every morning, like not knowing.
and this guy is actually so they've developed a program based around competition shooting to make Marines
A
more
better shot? What?
to make them more effective in with rifle and pistol, to make them eat like they already considered themselves the best in the military, and now they're taking it even further.
To qualify as a Marine, lowest grade, like to pass boot camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already have to qualify past Delta Force in the Army. So like to get to pass boot camp in the Marine Corps, you already have to be better than Delta Force. So I don't, if they're like shooting dicks off Asian people, I don't even know.
Yeah, no, they're like, so they have standards so that are not just accuracy, but time.
Okay.
And I actually participated in an exercise that they did to evaluate so they took a bunch of competitive shooters. They ran them through a really, really, really hard match with a bunch of data gathering stuff on us. And they used that to develop data to then transform that into how they deal with the Marines.
All right.
And so like they'll make the Marine run for 5 minutes and then have him draw and shoot, and then run another 5 minutes and draw and shoot. And he has to score. I mean, and it's again, it's not cool that they're making them. It's not like that they're making them any. I mean, obviously they're making more accurate, but it's not that they're necessarily making them better shots. They're literally enhancing the lethality of Marines.
Yeah, like situational lethality. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and response, draw. Actually having to draw the gun and put rounds on target.
No, that's good.
Dropping. So like simulating that you're walking through a field with your LPVO on its lowest range, and having to drop down, dial up to the magnification that you want, and hit a target at 300 yards or 500 yards. And so, and do it repeatedly. like don't just do it once.
Like muscle memory.
Yeah. And so,
cool.
And that's his day job, is like, he's enhancing, like, there's no more scary. Like, these people are already the scariest people that you want it. We just don't let them off the chain very often. But now we've got somebody who's making them more lethal.
Hey, hoochie coochie, God bless America, man.
Yeah. So that's I think that's funny.
Now, a funny story about that, right? We had when I was at DLI in Monterey, California, doing Arabic linguistics, right? They had the SWAT team from LA SWAT team, best in the nation, they said, right? Came up and did a competition shoot-off against us. Motherfuckers couldn't hit shit. I'm like...
Well, and I find that I have found in my experience, most people who think that you think would be able to shoot can't shoot for shit. They just can't.
Yep.
And I mean, like,
well, the thing is, like people we would hope we could depend upon to shoot good can't shoot for shit. That's really the problem, right? Like, if you have a SWAT team, you hope he's going to shoot the bad guy and not the grandma next to him. No,
the SWAT team guys only have to hit targets out to 100 yards, 100 to 150 yards.
Oh, it's abysmal. It's horrific.
That's insane.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, well, good guys with guns don't actually stop. Okay, well, yeah, the police can't. They'll hit the grandma 9 times out of 10.
So I was at the range yesterday, and I put up a target, and it had these little like 6-inch roundels, and I put my target up just above each shoulder, and actually the bullseye was like at the shoulder, so the target was half obscured, and I was shooting them one-handed at about 15 yards, and hitting bullseye. Never hit the hostage target.
Nice.
So
But yeah, but like that's like nobody in law enforcement could do that.
Right. Oh yeah. No. And nor should they. They should not do that.
Well,
they need to leave that to people like me.
Yeah, exactly. So you need a bat signal, to go up and like the grid signal.
Yeah, we were. I was shooting my my 224 Valkyrie at right at 200 yards on a 6x8 plate, 200 yards, and just like bing, bing.
There you go.
Bing.
It's a good sound.
It is a good sound. Well, and you know, it's just I think the competition shooting has gotten so good, and so it's so hard now. Like when I started 20 years ago,
the guns are so far advanced from like, it's not iron sights anymore. The guns are fucking baller.
Yeah. Well, I shoot iron sights, but except for you. Not on rifle, obviously, but I shoot. You know, I shoot an iron sighted pistol 90% of the time. I'm kind of switching over to red dots, but
I'm saying in comps, like 99% of people shoot like upgraded pistols.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
When we start talking about what like the state of the art of competition or shooting or you know, all of that, you know, like the IPSC World Shoot in like foreign countries, those guys they're serious. Like because they only get to shoot one rifle. They're not. I have 10 rifles. Right. They have one. Right. Yep. And they put all of their money into it. It's the same thing with a pistol. They they have one pistol and that thing gets like all of the attention.
Yeah, like 9,000 rounds through one pistol. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do. I mean, but I'm talking about like they'll put like I'll spend maybe a couple of grand. I've got some parts showing up today. I'll maybe spend a couple of grand on a pistol or a rifle.
Oh, sure.
They'll spend $10,000 because it's the only one they have.
Right. Because if you have another one, you're going to jail.
And I got like a bunch. So, but
what's your favorite? Can I ask?
My favorite pistol right now or rifle?
Yeah. Both.
My current, well, I shoot 2011s mostly. But I can shoot. I mean, they all work for me. The SIG, I shoot a SIG occasionally with the. It's now in its current form. It is an X5 Legion, so it's got the tungsten impregnated polymer frame. It's a ridiculous pistol.
It's a sexy lady. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a special girl.
Yeah.
But I shoot a lot of 2011s. I've built a couple of guns, and when I say I built them, I mean I machined the frame rails. I located all the pinholes and made them
nice,
as perfect as they can possibly be. And I did that a while back. And so, so I have some guns that I've built, and then there are guns that I modify. And but some form of 2011 with around a 2-pound trigger pull. I don't really care. The rest of it, iron sight's fine. Red dot's fine. I find that if you train with a red dot, you will be faster with irons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because to find the dot if you draw and you're
I mean it's
you draw and come out and you find the dot every time, you're gonna pick up your iron sights so much faster.
Yep. No, that's true.
And so you know, and I think that I think a lot of people hamstring themselves because they won't adopt new things, right? Like I still know people who won't use a fiber optic front sight. You know, they're not using you know, if they're for a defense gun, they're not using night sights. You know, they just want that black blade out front or whatever. I know people whose grip sucks. They're not using like current you know, they're not really learning new techniques. They're not willing to, you know, this is the way I've always done it. It's always worked for me. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, we understand body mechanics now, right? We understand.
And there's like biomechanics to the whole, it's like the whole like 15 miles in the snow both way to high school. It's not really the same thing as used to be.
Yeah. And it's the same thing in anything, right? Like whether we're talking about,
football helmets or fucking guns.
Yeah, right. and and the mentality of shooting in and of itself, it's gone from this, and I think a lot of things can be true at the same time. There's an entire doctrine about point shooting and just being able to just without using the sights hit a target, right? Yep. And I still know people to this day that don't care anything about the sights on their pistol because why? I'm just, but they don't intend to shoot their pistol out very far. To them, a pistol's like a 10-yard at best.
Right. Because it's practical application, right?
Yeah. And so like someone like me that, in matches, I've shot my pistol out to 80 yards.
Oh, wow. That's good.
It's like a 10-inch gong, something like that.
Okay.
It's hard. Not easy.
Absolutely.
Not easy. And, it's very, very hard. And, on the clock makes it harder.
Yeah.
But most people are never going to need to do that. But being able to do it
is a bonus. Like, it's great.
I feel like it's kind of important to be able to do things.
Right? I mean, I think so, right? Because the whole thing is like most likely you're not going to have a rifle with you in a situation where you need to shoot it. And so there's somebody who's causing a problem that's 80 yards away, right? It'd be really great to take him down without having to run to your house and get a rifle.
Well, I mean, but if you had to, and it was safe to do so, say shoot at a car, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Or if you had to, for example, if you were standing by your home and there was an animal far away, right. You may want that thing to not get close to you. You may want to discourage it. Right.
Yeah. Kill that dire wolf before it comes up on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You don't, there are things at play. And, so I like a 2011 pistol, but I have them all. I've got SIGs, I've got HK, I've got Glocks, I've got all of them.
My favorite one, my HK, like my HK 911 is like one of my favorite ones. Okay. It's just solid. I mean, but I'm not a competition shooter. I just like go to the range and like plunk something from 40, 50 yards away. It's solid.
I think that the big thing, and I'm going to tie this back to kind of the show, is the big thing is competency, right? Like people need to be competent. Yeah. Right? Like I choose to shoot, so I don't want to just be okay. I want to be competent. And for me, that means, that I train a lot. Like I
have to.
Yeah. I train a lot, and it's just like, at my age, it sounds very strange, but like I still, I haven't done it lately, like in the past 3 or 4 weeks. But I'll go hang out with my buddies, that do, various forms of martial arts, and they'll throw me around the mats for a couple of hours. Like I'm not good. Like make no mistake. These guys fuck me up.
Yeah.
But it does help with the reflexes. It does help just taking the beating, right?
Yeah.
Like it hurts to get thrown down. Mad or no mad, it hurts. And so and it just reminds me that that there's a reality to things, right?
Right. Like the world is real, and the whole thing is like, when you're going to interface with the world in a real life situation with actually his life on the line, right? Like there's no lack of preparedness that is accountable, right? You have to be there in the moment, 100%.
Right. I'm not saying that you need to go work out at an MMA gym every day, or you need to go, you need to go find your inner Bushido karate guy,
or go on Joe Rogan or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not saying any of that. Like I'm saying like maybe every few months, just to remind yourself that you're not indestructible, what it feels like to get hit in the face. Maybe
just walk in the 5th grade Taekwondo class, be like, hit me, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Just take a
just go find your buddies that are good and that they're going to hurt you because they don't mean to, but that's what happens.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And I do that. And like, as far as rifles go, I'm of course, I'm an AR guy. I hate the AKs. I just think they're the worst pieces of garbage ever.
I mean,
everybody tries to convince me that they're like super reliable, and I'm like, yeah, they're reliable for like 5 rounds.
Yeah,
that's all they need. That's all they were ever planned to be reliable for, because the idea is that that you're going to be shot.
And you pray, and you have 30,000 comrades behind you.
Yeah, right. And the guy behind you is going to pick it up, load it, and then he's going to
hit in the head. Yeah, exactly.
right. And so I don't buy any of that nonsense. Yeah. So I'm an AR guy.
I shoot a 7.62 AR platform.
Okay, I like 7.62. Yeah,
I mean, it's just a little bit more reliable for the kill shot than the 232.
I don't know, man. I think it's I think one of the problems with most of the problems with 223 is ammunition. As far as
price,
putting
availability,
things down. Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, like, so I just find, like, if I'm sliding in, my 7.62 gives me a more reliable sight trajectory than 232 does. Or 223.
I shoot my now I'm shooting a competition rifle, and I shoot out to
my
competition rifle is an 18-inch barrel. Or I occasionally will do a 16.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll use. I've got a couple of 16-inch barrel guns. But most I think both of my current competition rifles are 18-inch barrel. They're not light, so they're not like M4 profile. They're not pencil profile.
They're comp guns.
Yeah, they've got some meat to them. They everything's LPVO. So I have 1 to 8, 1 to 10, whatever on them.
Sure.
And I have hit with the 1 to 8. I have hit a 700-yard shot first round hit.
Damn.
I've got it on video. It's cool.
It's fucking great. That's fucking gold.
And so, and I've hit a standing offhand 450-yard shot, first round hit.
That's crazy.
After running.
5 miles like the Marines do.
No, it was probably, I had to run like probably 50 or 60 yards, just enough to get that. There's a thing about, I'm just destroying my stream right now. But
I'm sorry. I mean,
no, you're cool. You're cool. It's fine. It's fine. So there's a whole thing about heart rate and shooting that most people don't know about, and that is
absolutely.
When your heart rate's really slow, and you can predict when, that's fine.
Yep. If it's
elevated, the in between, or if it's really fast, like when you're at for me, that's like 148, 150.
Yep.
It's like humming along. And then I have almost
because you can't pick the beat because it oscillates. Yeah, exactly.
But it's sitting there oscillating so fast that the gun doesn't move. Yep. It's the in between. It's like between 90 and 140. It's like 110. It's like I'm getting this like really fucking. It's like,
yep.
So there's a whole thing. And an Olympic shooter told me that when she would come in to shoot biathlon after skiing like 3 kilometers, whatever the fuck,
like the Swiss used to do.
Yeah, she would fly in there, and she wanted to get on the gun as fast as possible, so her heart rate was still at like 160 or whatever. Because now the gun's barely twitching.
You can nail it. Yeah.
The gun's barely twitching, and so and I've actually that's a true statement.
No, absolutely,
that is a true statement.
If it's fast enough that you can like peg it in, you're good.
Yeah. So if I'd run 100 yards, I probably would have been fine. But running 50 yards, my heart rate's not at rest, and it's not
right
here. So it's like,
exactly.
And so I did this the same basic shot 2 months in a row. The first month it was at a monthly match, 400, and they said it was 500, but I think it was like 480.
Liars.
And so I come up, and the first month I'm shooting at it, and I can't get the wave down. Like I'm moving and I'm trying to time it, and I keep going over right shoulder. And and just couldn't get the timing down. So finally, I dropped down to a kneeling position and I hit it first shot. No problem.
There you go. Yeah.
So the next month I come out, I have my sling. And so I come running up, I sling up and boom, done. Just like that. The same shot, basically, and same run. So, well, it's and the RO just like dropped to his knees laughing. Like he's like, "There's no fucking way you were gonna get." That's crazy. Like, why would you do that? And then I'll shoot, and but I'll shoot like, I'll shoot like we'll do like 8 or 10 inch plates at like 200 or 300 yards, and I'll shoot those standing offhand a lot.
Oh, sure,
because that's I think that's a for a lot of people that. They only shoot off of benches. They shoot off of bipods.
Right.
They go kneeling. They go prone. They'll do whatever. They've lost the technique of the standing offhand shot, and it's very important. I think it's really important to be able to do it.
Like, when in your life are you going to have to shoot somebody off a bipod on a bench?
Right. Right.
You're like, wait, zombies, wait, home invader.
Yeah.
Can I let me sit up?
Bro, hold on.
Right. Hey, wait.
Okay.
No. Go back.
You're too close. I can't find you in my optic.
I know. My red dot's not working.
Yeah.
Wait. Hey, can I DoorDash some batteries for this fucking optic?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the battery thing. Yeah, that's funny. I really have a good I have a good time with all of the shooting. I shoot bolt guns. Man. I don't shoot bolt guns as much as I used to. I used to shoot when I was out in Colorado. I shot bolt guns quite a bit because we could stretch them out. And I shoot a 300. My favorite and the only one I have left really is a 300 short mag, what they call 300 Wisdom.
Yeah.
And dude, that thing it's a beast. Like it's like I shoot the same projectile out of that short mag at a greater speed than most people shoot a 300 Win mag. So,
what's the barrel on that?
I believe that's a 24-inch barrel. I'd have to go look. I think it's 24 inch.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but so like your I forget what the current sniper rifle is, but the 300 Win mag is like a pretty standard sniper caliber.
Yeah.
And the 300 short mag.
I think they do the 306 Cheyenne is like current best preferred. Sniper.
Yeah. That was the Chi-Tac.
Yeah.
The 300 short mag fits in a standard what they consider a short action rifle, so like a 308.
Yeah,
and it looks like a 308 had got some gains. It got in the gym, threw down.
He was hanging out.
And but I don't know if this will mean anything to you, but I that in my short mag, I throw down a 208 grain boat tail hollow point match bullet.
Yeah, which
is huge, by the way.
Yeah.
By comparison, the heaviest 223 bullets I use are 77 grain, and the heaviest 308 bullets I use are about 160, 168 grain.
Wow.
And so this is a 208 grain boat tail hollow point.
What's the performance on that as opposed to the normal load?
Well, I'm shooting I shoot a 55 grain bullet out of my AR at 3,000 feet per second. I shoot that 208 grain boat tail hollow point match bullet out of my bolt gun at 3,006 feet per second.
FML. Wow.
That is, I'm talking like
it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming for you, baby. It's coming for you. Shit. And I mean, like a 1,500 yard shot, nothing.
Boom.
Yeah, nothing. Like
it clicks it before you freaking pull the trigger. It's hitting it.
Yeah, it's like
damn.
And like 1,000-yard guns are pretty common now. Like I can take my 6.5 Creedmoor and hit out to 1,000 yards. I think my 6mm arc will hit at 1,000 if there's not too much wind, and even my 224 Valkyrie will hit out to I think I know it's good for 800. I don't know if I can get that extra 200 yards out of it with any accuracy, but it would probably do it. But I'm telling you, man, there's like that 300 Win Mag,
You can knock shit down.
yeah, like
Wow.
I have hit a target at 1,500 yards, which is a mile for those of you who don't speak yardage.
Who speak metrics? It's 2.2 through cubic meters.
So yeah, for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about here,
For our neighbors up north.
yeah, so 1,500 yards, a mile away, I've impacted a target, and it's impressive. So
That's fucking badass. That's awesome.
it is pretty badass, honestly. It's it's nothing super special. I mean, a lot of guns and a lot of people can do it, but
it's reliable though. That's fucking like
yeah,
the right
and
load.
it's a
That's what's,
big fucking bullet. Like it's one thing to do it with like a 6 mil Lapua or 6x57 or any of the designer 6 mil cal, like 1,000 yards, 1,500.
Oh yeah,
yards,
well,
not that big a deal.
They made them for that. That's why the point.
They're for that. That's not that big a deal. But again, at 700, I hit with my 77 grain 5.56 gun. I hit a target at 700 yards. So
All right.
that's a half a mile.
Yeah.
Half a mile. But when you get into that 1,500 yard range, you need something. I mean, it's a different game. I don't do it as much as I should, but
I mean, how much should MS do anything? I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I like it. I think it's good.
No, it's
I have a
fucking
good time doing
It's awesome, man. It's a fun time. No, for
Yeah.
real. Like, I love being on a range. It's fucking just like there's something about it that's just like very like refreshing.
Yeah, we were on the range yesterday for a good bit.
Oh, good deal, man.
Yeah,
I'll admit I'm a slouch. I think like 6 months ago, last time I was out there, but I got a bunch of kids, so I'm like, hurting kids nowadays.
Yeah, my oldest son, he likes to go to the range. He just doesn't have time anymore because he's got so much going on with school and everything else.
Wow.
My youngest is only 5,
Nope.
and I'm about to spool him up, so he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, cook him good, man. You got to get that.
Yeah,
awesome.
So,
now my youngest is 7, so and he's a little guy. We're gonna he shot 22 before. We're gonna get him out there with a little bit more heavy lead in him.
Yeah, I started my son on gun safety when he was 4.
Yep.
I took him out, showed him the revolver, and said, "Hey, don't point this at anybody."
Yep, that's where I kill him. He's like, "Mommy," like, "No, not her."
Yeah, like just
yeah,
be safe with this, and he kind of removed the mystery.
That's the whole thing, right? The whole thing is like it's like a hammer or a chainsaw, right? It is like if you're actually exposed to what it can do, it's a tool. It's not. It does never do anything that the person who's operating it doesn't want it to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that there's it's when the mystery's not removed that people they just kind of want to play with it. They want to look at it. And then that's when bad things start happening.
100%.
Or when you say, no, you can't do that or whatever.
Right.
So I started my son at I started him at 4 by 5. I have a picture of him down behind one of the long range guns, like in a proper prone position, like
hey,
feet out, toes out,
yep.
on the gun. Like and he was like, I want to say he was probably like 7 at that time because he was in first grade.
6, 7.
Yeah, I think he was in first grade at that point. So, and and he's grown up from there. He shot matches with me. He's done a lot of cool stuff. He shoots skeet and trap and sporting clays with his high school, and shoots a lot. I mean, he does shoot a lot. And
that's amazing. Good for you. I've never gotten any one of my kids to like catch on as much. Like they'll go with me or whatever, but like nobody's ever actually caught on. So that's awesome, man. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think making it fun makes it, makes a big difference, and being able to just it be like a fun outing and not just we're just gonna go poke holes in paper for a little while and then
right.
When you're older, that's awesome, but when you're younger, that's like, man, Dad, this is boring.
Can I go play my Xbox, Dad? Yeah.
Yeah. Why am I even here? This isn't fun.
It's hot. There are flies. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. It's hot. It's bad. It's no fun. Why am I here?
do I get Dairy Queen afterwards?
Right. Yeah. Only if you DQ.
Yeah, right. Don't DQ.
Yeah, don't DQ. And then we had a bunch of stuff. I've had a bunch of a bunch of stuff with both my sons, as far as taking them out. My wife has gone out to shoot a match with me. She did
Awesome.
real well. And I used to take, like, my wife's friends would come to town, and they had never shot a gun, so I would take them to the range and be like, "Here you go, got a bunch. Whatever you want to shoot. Whatever you want to shoot." I had Glenn Lawrence was here. We went to the range yesterday with Glenn, and I called. We're talking, and I'm like, "What do you want to shoot? Just tell me what. I probably got it in the gun room." So,
just like, give to me the gun from Rambo.
Yeah, right. I don't have one of those. I thought about buying a M249, but
well,
the civilian non
the civilian
version
is like kind of bullshit.
It's like
anyway.
$8,000.
Yeah, and it's also bullshit.
It's a hard sell for me, man. It's like a really hard for $8,000. I mean, obviously, it's a good deal because you can't buy.
Right.
Like if such a thing existed, if a transferable M249 existed, which it doesn't.
No.
Okay, it does not. It would probably be 60 or 70 grand.
I'd imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh. So when I was in combat training in the Marine Corps, right? The RM240 like jammed. I mean, this hilarious pretty boy drill instructor, this drill instructor, gunnery sergeant Atkins, prettiest black man you've ever seen, glittering white teeth. He's trying to unjam it. He pulled the spring back, boom, pop in the face, knocked 3 of his teeth out.
Oof.
A bad day for him.
That's bad.
Yeah, he fucked us up for the next week.
I've had some incidents where I grabbed a suppressor once. That was bad. Don't do that. Ow. Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
I was shooting a match once with a shotgun, and I just shot so much shotgun. The barrel was basically smoking.
Yeah.
And I went to reload it, and I normally reload weekend, but I had to borrow shell caddies, and they were set up for strong hand load. So I throw it up for the strong hand load, and so I mean to grab the foregrip and have an air gap between the barrel and my hand, but I grabbed the barrel, and I dropped the gun, and then I grabbed it in such a way that I triggered a round into the ground right next to my feet. So I was disqualified for that. That was not what it was supposed to be.
Not your best day. Not your best day.
No, that wasn't good. And then I had I've done some things with guns.
As people do.
Yeah. I was shooting one day, and I had a squib, and I popped the squib out, and I was shooting again, and I don't know what possessed me to do it, but when I unloaded the gun, I went to check I went to check the gun, and the way I grabbed it, pinched my finger, and it was I had blood everywhere. It was crazy.
Oh, not the blister. It's like the whole got through the skin.
Yeah, cut through the skin. Yeah.
Damn. It's squirting everywhere.
Yeah, it's all bad, no good. Yeah, I mean, I've had some incidents. I've never shot myself.
Well, there is that.
I did have so a guy handed me a rifle one time, and it was an AR.
Context.
Guy had all right. So we're sitting in an office a lot like this, Alaska? Right?
Okay.
We're sitting in an office a lot. I mean, I'm in my airplane shed right now, but let's say this is an office, and I'm sitting at a desk like I am now.
Yeah.
And this guy said, a buddy of mine was over, and he's like, and I watch him unload the gun. Right. I watch him unload the gun, drop the mag, rack it, all of it. And he hands me the gun, and we've been out and I'm going to preface this. So we've been out shooting really close quarter drills with what are called frangible ammunition, which is a powdered metal. So you can shoot steel plates like basically right in front of your face and it doesn't even matter.
Right.
And so, so we had these frangible rounds and so and he's like having some problem with the trigger or something. And he's like, hey, can you just take a look at this? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I pull the gun apart, or I start to pull the gun apart. And so I pull the bolt back. And now I've got the gun facing away from me. So I can't handle one, but I got the actual guns facing away from me. Gotcha. So I've got the gun like this. So the ejection port's on this side, the gun's on this side. I rack it to make sure nothing's in it. And a bolt goes home. I point the gun down at the ground and I just pull the trigger and it fucking fires.
What?
And I'm like, this gun has no magazine in it. It's been racked twice. It should be clear, but I guess those frangible rounds, they had the rim was maybe just a little smaller, or maybe his extractor was fucked up or something. I don't know. But it had not pulled that round out. And it went like right between my feet, dude. Of course, it's a frangible round, so it didn't do anything.
Right, but it fucking could have.
Yeah, and it was like, and of course you have auditory exclusion for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it was just like everybody in the office is like, what the fuck? And so I was like, that was very funny, and and I cursed him out. I cursed him out pretty good. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, he cleared it. Like he had dropped, I watched him drop the mag and rack it. Right? I had racked it, right? Like the only thing I didn't do was physically look into the chamber to make sure that it was empty, which I should have.
I mean, could have, would have, should have, but
right.
I mean, who knows? It might not have even been in the chamber.
Yeah.
Like you might have drawn it up.
Yeah, it was obviously chambered, but I don't know. It just wasn't. It wasn't extracting, wasn't ejecting. So I don't know whether it had some trash in there. Maybe the chamber was dirty and it was stuck. Who knows? I don't know.
CLP.
Whatever it was.
The answer is CLP.
Yeah. The answer is don't fucking do that again.
Well, that too. Don't fuck around and CLP.
Yeah, and that was pretty brutal. We had an entire. See, I was never in the military. I was never in the military. I went to a military school. I've done a lot of things with the military, but I've never been. I've never been in the military.
VMI, Citadel. Which one?
No, I went to a school in Alabama called Blackman Military Academy. It doesn't exist anymore.
I was aware of that. I was aware of that actually. Yeah.
It was it ceased to exist in like 1988, maybe 89, somewhere along in there.
Yeah.
But no, it had been 91 or 92.
There were some Supreme Court cases revolving around that. As part of the VMI case about like same sex and military stuff, so I'm aware of the institution existing.
So, what happened was all of the military schools and private schools at that time, especially the male only ones, were getting hit with lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit because
Title
of
the
gay instructor kind of stuff.
Oh, that too, yeah.
And so. As far as I know, there was never any incidents on our campus, but there were some lawsuits because there was at least one homo teacher on campus. I know for a fact the one was homo. It was pretty fucking apparent.
Wait. The one time he touched my dick was pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he didn't have to say, all he had to do was say like 4 words. And I'm like, that dude's not right.
I'm just reporting from the trenches, Your Honor.
And, but as far as I know, none of the kids were ever like inappropriately
diddled,
touched or anything. I mean, look, we're at a military school where we literally like beat the shit out of each other. That's what really like it kind of fried my brain. I'm like, you've got a bunch of tough dudes,
Right.
all jacked up on testosterone and
Right.
nationalism and patriotism.
America. Yeah.
Like I just couldn't even, it never even entered my mind that if there had been inappropriate advances on a student, that student wouldn't have whooped the shit out of that.
There would be repercussions.
There would be bruises involved, right? Like there would, it would be very recognizable. So, but again, the school got sued by a couple of parents who were just dumb as fuck and had a bunch of money and
wanted money. Yep.
And that was rampant throughout the South at the time, I have no idea how many.
VMI and Citadel hit it too, right? It was the whole same thing.
They survived though because they were colleges. But VMI had a high school at the time though. I remember. I remember going to VMI to play them. In like football, it's like a military institute football thing.
Yeah, some big old boys.
Fuck yeah, dude. It was funny because we got we have normal looking dudes, like normal looking 14, 15, 16-year-old dudes. These guys look like they came out of central fucking casting of giant football player motherfucker.
Grass-fed, Nebraska-born motherfuckers. Yep.
Right? Yeah, like blonde.
Yeah. Basically like the Aryan
white
fucking nation.
Yep. Like these were giant Caucasians.
Hitler would have been jerking off to them if he could have seen him.
Yeah, they all come out and they got their pads on their shoulders. They're like 8 feet tall, and we're like, what are we doing? What are we supposed to do here? We're gonna get our asses kicked. I didn't play football. I was there to support my team, and I'm like, you guys are gonna get fucked up.
Right? Their cheerleaders look like a middle linebacker.
I'm like, I honestly thought that was, like the Pittsburgh Steelers line,
Right.
You guys play for the Giants or what?
Right. They are the Giants.
Yeah. It was seriously it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And apparently the Citadel is a college. They don't have a high school program, but VMI
does. Yeah.
Yeah, VMI was that was insane. I was like, where did they get these Aryan motherfuckers?
Mostly Germany.
Probably like a Netherlands or something.
Fucking Argentina. They went to Argentina and got
Argentina,
all the Nazi fucking expatriates.
Yeah, that's what's up. It was crazy, man. I honestly I couldn't it was hard for me to come to terms with all of the differences in the military schools. So there was one here in Tennessee where I'm at, where I was from, called Castle Heights. And it was a military school in the loosest sense possible. They wore uniforms.
Military adjacent.
Yeah, they wore uniforms. They used ranks. That's about it.
Okay.
And then you had, and VMI was the other end of the spectrum where these guys, they woke up, they did an hour PT in the morning. They went to breakfast, they went to class, they did another hour fucking PT.
Yep, they were going through it.
Yeah, they were in, and then they did 8 hours of study, and then they went to fucking bed, and they got up the next day and did the same damn thing, right? Like these people, these motherfuckers were highly trained to be highly trained. I tell you what.
Yep.
And then you had in the middle there, you had us, right? So we were it was rigorous because it's in Alabama. So
no, it's hot as fuck.
Hot as fuck, humid, concrete dorms.
Yup.
There's always a work project to be done.
Yeah, you gotta go sweep the grass.
Yeah, well, no, I mean we ended up building tool sheds. We did we did a lot of
in the actual Marine Corps, they're like, go sweep the pavement, go sweep the grass.
Yeah. We did plenty of built rock walls.
Hey, good for you.
Hey, you know what you guys are gonna get to do today? You're gonna get to build a rock wall. Yeah. You're gonna carry all those heavy ass fucking rocks over there. You're gonna carry them over here, and you'll build them, and you're gonna assemble that pile of rocks into a wall of rocks.
Guess what your task is today? You're gonna move sandbags. Wait, what?
We didn't. Well, we did actually. When the creek flooded, we did actually have to do sandbags.
Bro, it was fucking 95 degrees in California, 102% humidity. We just moved sandbags from point A to point B.
Yeah,
That
builds
was
character.
Yeah, maybe character.
Builds
Yeah.
character. Yeah, if you've never heard the word builds character, you obviously did not.
By character, that means suicidal ideation, but same thing.
And yes, it was crazy, man. Like I had, and so you get a very specific mindset about what can be done.
Yeah,
because you've seen it done.
Which
like
is
when people say, "Oh, you can't do that," you're like,
right?
No, I'm pretty sure it can be done.
Bitch, we done that.
And there were 2 women on campus.
Oh God! Oh,
never
God.
At the same time, and they were usually like only like 1 or 2 days a week or some shit. And somehow one of them actually told me. I remember they told me I hated women. Like they actually told me that.
Wait, the one woman there told you that you hate women. Yeah,
the one fat bitch told me that I hated women. I'm like, no, I just don't like you. Like I don't understand. Like I'm not gonna. And I was a little bit of a dude, and I was like, I don't feel like I need to listen to this ugly woman tell me anything. Like I don't understand that. Like. If she ranked me, that'd be that's different. Like we did not fuck around with Colonel Spain. Colonel Spain would have you out there walking for 3 fucking days.
Like a fucking chicken clucking and shit.
Yep. Like that motherfucker, that dude was no one to fuck around with. Right. Like I'm telling you. Like none of them were. Like most of our instructors came out of some form of special operations. Some
sort of incarceration.
I mean, that's technically what it is. But exactly. We had an instructor. His name was Michael Allen Willett. Each of his fucking thighs.
Why does he need 2 first names?
I don't know. But that motherfucker,
one for each thigh. One for each thigh.
A white man had 32-inch thighs.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. His woman only had a 28-inch waist. I'm like, what? How does this work? Explain the mechanics of this. I'm like, and that motherfucker been all he could be in the Army. Oh, he had been to UDT school. He had done it all. Spanish?
Except for the scuba diver. He couldn't do that because his thighs wouldn't let him go in the fucking wetsuit.
Yeah. Now look, he was telling me how, when you do a UDT or maybe it's, I forget which is the Army one for UDT, but it's a guy in a snorkel.
Yeah, that's scuba school.
All right. So he went to scuba school, then he went to UDT. So in between there, so he's got this thing that he metal patch, whatever the fuck it is, that he wears around on his uniform that has this that looks like a space helmet, right? Yeah. He used to go into bars and tell women that he was an astronaut. He was a fucking astronaut, and they believed his ass.
Of course, they would.
Just one look at him and go, "You're not that man. You're 300 pounds, bro."
He's like, "Well, I'm 0 pounds in space."
But they would. I mean, and all these chicks would believe that shit. And
of course, because chicks are dumb.
But again, he had been like every fucking school that he could go to, that the Army would send him to, he went.
Yeah, because he gets bonus paid.
Let's do that.
He gets bonus paid for that.
Airborne Ranger School? Fuck yeah, let's go jump out of a fucking helicopter. Why not right now? Let's do it right. Air assault? Hell yeah.
The motherfucker is milking the government teat.
He's like, I ain't never going to get out of this man's army. Yeah, he'd been there, like he'd done it all. That's brother.
Hilarious.
Go live in like fucking Honduras and learn Spanish. Yeah, let's do it. That was his entire. Honestly, I think those were his 2 favorite words. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah.
And Willett was awesome. There's this guy, Red McCormick. Red McCormick looked like,
that's a real name. That's not like a stage name for a male porn star.
It could have been.
I mean,
Red McCormick, if you pictured corn-fed country boy,
Nebraska, yeah.
That's him. He did not have an excess pound on him, and he looked like he had a gut.
Jesus Christ,
because he was
he was
big.
corn-fed.
He was a big boy, and he could run. I could run
I'll tell you what, those motherfuckers who are like 300 pounds pure muscle and can run like a fucking 8-minute mile. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know why I'm here anymore.
Yeah, why? I got nothing, dude. I got nothing.
Right.
So when I was 17 years old, I could run 5 miles. 5 miles, drop of a hat. Just 5 miles, okay. This guy would run me into the ground. I mean, I'd be like, dude, stop. Just stop. This ain't a marathon, bro. Just stop.
Right,
we get a mile 8 or 9, and he's still. I'm like, bro.
Let me tell you what's unfair, right? We got these Mexican individuals in the Marine Corps, right? Their arms are like 2 inches tall, right? Doing pull-ups.
Right. Right.
I'm like, that's fucking not fair. I'm 6 foot tall. I got long ass arms, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they're like 8 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Right.
I'm like,
I hated pull-ups. I hated pull-ups. I hated that shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I didn't mind the running. The running, but the pull-ups, no. I don't like it.
I hate the running on a theological perspective, but
no, I didn't mind the running. I ran almost under a sub 5 minute mile if I really was motivated.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was young and stupid.
Me too.
And I was in military school, and I was being groomed to go into the armed forces, right?
Yes, sir.
And as a probably, I probably would have gone in as a second,
Yeah, a second, lieutenant, second class.
Yeah. And I mean, the problem is I had gotten in a fight. Now look, I know it's going to shock you.
I'm sure. I'll shock the conscience.
I know I'm such a peaceful human being.
I know. Fucking
this is gonna shock you. It's gonna make you. You may not want to be my friend after this, but
I might could. We'll see.
I had a little bit of a violent streak, and when I was a younger man, and I remember I got in a fight with this dude, and I whooped his ass indoors because I could get him against the wall and just beat the shit out of him. But I made the mistake. This is a mistake. Don't make this.
You sure?
Of letting that dumbass talk me into going outside. And he was a Golden Gloves boxer.
Ooh, that was the mistake.
And once he had room to move and I couldn't pin him against the wall or throw him on the ground or get my arm around his neck and just fucking wail on him. Once that didn't happen, he fucked me up, and he ruptured my eardrum. He came over with a flat fit and boom, ruptured my eardrum.
Yikes!
So back in the day, it's not that way now, but back in the day, if you weren't perfect health, you didn't get to do any cool shit in the military.
Nope.
So I went to the recruiting office. And I had a scholarship, an ROTC scholarship to UT Knoxville. So I go to the
hey, go Knoxville, go UT, man, volunteers, brother.
Yeah. So I didn't take it because I went to the recruiting office and I said, all right, so after I do this, if I sign on the dotted line and take your money, what's my obligation? What am I gonna do? And I'm lucky I had Colonel Spain with me, because if Colonel Spain hadn't have been there, that motherfucker would have lied to me.
Yeah, they do that.
He would have fucking lied. And he's like, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. You have a ruptured eardrum. You are never going to fly helicopters for the Army. You're never going to jump out of airplanes for the Army. You were never going to do any of the cool shit you want to do for the Army.
You can fill the fuel bladders that make the helicopters fly.
He said you will be in maintenance or supply. You're going to be a clerk. There will be some place the Army needs you, but it isn't going to be any of the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck, because of course I was 17. I'm like, fuck that.
Right.
Like,
very wise at 17, bro.
yeah. Well, I'm like, fuck that shit. So I didn't take scholarship. I ended up paying my own way through school.
Hey, man. That's how it goes.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, I was this close to being supply sergeant number 25.
To being Uncle Sam's bitch.
That's right. I was this close. And look, and I think now in today's Army, they don't give a shit.
No.
They don't give a shit.
You can you wear a fucking furry costume in the fucking formation every morning.
Well, it's not just that. It's just that, like back in the day, they had so many people volunteering. They had so many people to choose from that only the best and brightest got to do anything cool. And
best and brightest, yeah.
Right. The most physically fit. And I mean, I was pretty physically fit.
Yeah.
Now, my understanding is they've relaxed those standards a lot because you're going to get hurt in training anyway.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, this was 04, right? I was in 04, right? And like the Air Force physical standards, right? These motherfuckers like camouflage uniforms look like spandex. Like they're like guts bulging out of them. So the Air Force physical standards, they have to run a mile on a treadmill.
Right.
And they're good.
A mile.
Yeah, a mile on a treadmill in a air-conditioned fucking room. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was just one of those things where I really, I was in military school being trained to be, super high speed, guy. And then the Army and the Marines and the Navy all told me the same thing. Yeah, dude, you're not going to do anything cool.
Yep.
Like you're not, you've got to rupture your eardrum. We know that going in, you can't do anything cool. And now I don't think they'd let me be a pilot. I think that they would let me, I could go through Special Forces selection.
Yeah. You could guard the nuclear missiles probably.
Yeah. Today they would let you go. Now there'd be people betting money you wouldn't make it through. Right.
I'd take that bet.
That when I was a younger man, I mean, like I was all geared towards going through selection, going through all of that because everybody I knew was a ranger, a special forces guy, was like they were all like super high speed guys, and they're beating the shit out of me on a daily basis, right? And it just I was really disillusioned by all of that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So,
well, the way around that is so my whole route I work with special forces guys and everything else, right? Is so I was an Arabic linguist, so I did I went to DLI in Monterey, California, and learned Arabic and was doing interrogation and translation in Arabic, and so like they needed me, so I was with Delta Force and everybody else, like doing high speed shit, but like
sure.
I have to do that shit. I was just the guy who could talk to the Hajis. So
right.
There we go.
Right.
That's the workaround.
Yeah, if I'd been smarter. I'm going to jump on Beth's stream. Apparently, they're talking about me.
Oh.
They're talking about me. Having been Speakeasy's buddy, his friend, if you will.
I thought he was a good guy. All right. Well, hey, man, it's been a pleasure. If we're gonna,
absolutely. You're welcome to stay up, but
I'll stay up. I have to take a leak, as they say.
Yeah. Go do that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let me get this set up here.
Do I have to click something to do it, or how's it? Everybody's gonna automatically do it, or what?
No, yeah, you don't have to do anything. I got it all.
All right, cool. I appreciate you. I'll be back in a minute.
Hey, what's up? Give me a second. I'm getting this over on my screen. I understand I'm the subject of much dismay at the moment. So give me a second while I restream this to my audience with audio, of course. I'm on stream.
That I definitely want you to see.
All right.
Exiled, is that you?
How
Yeah, you guys are watching my favorite,
and
unfavorite content.
All right. Well, Exiled, I got a part coming up. You got to need the crinkle dude.
Okay.
It's worse than the cricket.
How in vain has my name been taken so far?
It hasn't.
Okay, good. That's good.
It has not at all.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, like you don't even come up in this.
Okay.
I think you might come up later, but what I wanted you to see, actually, it was just strictly with Cynthia. And here's my problem.
I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know why Easy is so mean to Miss Cynthia. I don't get that.
She's perfectly respectful to him.
Yeah.
Oh, we gonna play this game? Cam up.
What happened?
Easy. Cam up.
That
And
might
then
be
you can
his
turn it
wife.
off.
Is that
might
Easy
be-
one?
That might be his wife pretending to be him.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it is him. Oh,
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you because you said something about this is all beneath you.
I said coming to your panel to speak to you is beneath me.
mm.
Yeah, just like
I thought
it
you
was
said
beneath
all
me
of
yesterday,
this.
cuck boy.
I thought you said all of this is beneath you. I could have swore that's what you said.
No, you coming over and talking to you is beneath me.
And
All of the
why is it
Why?
beneath you to wait? I didn't finish asking the question.
Mhm.
Why is it beneath you to come talk about the things you're talking about? Or sorry, not beneath you to talk about the things you're talking about, but not talk to the people involved.
Because I'm
you can
talking
talk about
you
scum
and
without
not-
talking to scum.
Zyled, chill out, bro. Chill out. Let her answer for
There's a
herself.
difference.
She's a grown woman.
Yep, sure I am. You point that out frequently, which is cool with me. I like the gray
What's that?
hair. It's gonna be hot. But anyways,
Oh, relax.
yeah,
You say
I'm
shit about
talking-
my looks. I said shit about your looks. Relax.
I
Just
said you're
fucking get to the point.
pretty. I said you're pretty, and you need better mascara.
Mhm.
I don't care. All right, like truly. Don't
Okay,
care.
so
And
then
the point is, I'm talking about you, not to you. If you want to come up and you want to try to be part of this, and right now you're acting cool, that's fine by me. But I'm not gonna have you. I'm not gonna have the out of pocket shit, dude. I think that for someone who, comes up and wants to be in that circle and to a degree, representative of maybe not the
That's
Crucible, but the
awesome.
Crucible crew. Dude, you
this
say
is
a lot
so
of shit that you
good.
don't want.
Sorry. Can you restart that? I had to screenshot something for court. Go ahead.
I'm not repeating myself for you. You can go rewind it. and
Oh my
watch it.
god, you cuckables or something else.
I want to watch the
Why you guys
interaction.
keep doing that too? Like I've never once, unlike this other doofus on the panel here,
Oh,
I've
really?
never once said that I'm part of the Crucible or represent the Crucible. Never once.
No, but you're hanging on Andrew's
then
nut
what do you-
strings.
How am I hanging
You
on
said
Andrew's nut
repeatedly,
strings?
I
What are
can
you
go-
All of the
talking about?
behaviors that the others have, you have those
What are you
same
talking?
fucking
What's that
churches
mean?
behaviors.
Can you explain what that means, Zyled? What's hanging on nut strings means?
I just said the same thing that these other motherfuckers do that worship this motherfucker. You
That
do
doesn't
the same
answer my
behaviors.
question. That
Yes,
doesn't
it
answer
does.
my.
I'm sorry, I didn't
I don't
answer
know
it in the
what
way
the
that you
same
want to answer.
behaviors are. What are the same behaviors? What are the behaviors of
Then you
people
need
that hang on
observation.
Andrew's
Welcome.
nutsack?
Kick back and
Go ahead.
observe. Kick back
Welcome.
and observe them people.
Okay, so
then
you
know
don't
who
know them?
people are.
Okay, so you're just speaking to speak. Good job, buddy. Anyways, back to what you're saying here, Beth.
Back to what I'm
Um,
saying. Yeah, no, that you're
Nice
full of shit.
deflectory statements. You know what these people
You didn't
are.
even say
know who
anything,
I am.
Zyled. You're just a waste of fucking breath. You're a waste of fucking breath. Hanging on Andrew's nutsack. I
Faggots
don't know
like
what that
Marte.
means. I don't
Watch
know what that
Marte's
means.
behavior.
Does
You
Grid
have
hang on
very
his
Marte
nutsack since
type
Grid
of-
goes
No.
around saying he's part of
No,
the Crucible?
Gray
No.
Even though
doesn't
he's
act
not?
like the others.
No, he
Grid
does
does not act like them
Really?
other people.
Okay,
Grid-
so
That's
saying
why I
you're
don't call
part of
Grid
the
a cuckable
crucible.
neither.
I just real quick. Saying you're part of the crucible, not hanging on Andrew's nutsack. Not saying you're part of the crucible is hanging on his nutsack. Just to be clear, that's your logic.
No, that's not my logic.
Being said.
Well, that's what you just said.
You can make
Try
up
to-
some word salad. That's nothing what I said.
That's what
Try
you
to
just
pay
said.
attention.
Sorry about that.
Try to
No,
pay
I said
attention.
you
I
have
am
to
paying
know
clear
the
attention.
English
You
of
said
people
my
like
stream.
You
You
do
can
the
hear
Marte.
what they're saying,
behaviors like
and you and I
people
can
like
talk about
Marte.
it,
That
but they
doesn't
can't.
answer
They
anything.
can't
What
really
are
talk
the
about it.
behaviors? What are they?
If you
I'll
want to
tell
Name
you
a
right now.
I can
specific
throw you the
behavior
link, and
that
you
means
can
I
you can
hang
go
on
there.
Andrew's nutsack. Go ahead.
You
Name a
sit there
specific
and you-
behavior.
You shush for a minute. You sit there and you yell and scream. You know,
I can't
I'm
actually
good.
What's
hear
that
you
have to do with Andrew, you dumb
Shut up.
fuck?
Right
Whoa.
there.
Why do you
Whoa,
guys bring
whoa,
Andrew
whoa.
into
If
this
the
constantly? Why do you?
If
You
the
do.
crucible's in it, I got
I'd
the
never bring
crucible
Andrew
back.
into
Whatever
one
the
thing.
crucible needs, I'm there for him. I
Oh
ride
yeah,
with the crucible.
I will have the crucibles back. Yes. What's that have to do with Andrew? What's that have to do with Andrew and me
Andrew
hanging on his
is the-
nutsack? Go ahead.
Andrew?
Why did you take your debate where his debate was?
What are you talking
Are
about?
you high?
Well, yeah, this was.
That's a whole nother thing, though. You know what I'm saying? This is all kinds of shit that.
Where did I?
You sound
Where did I
fucked
take
up.
a debate where his debate was? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exiled that
I've
whole
debated
day.
like alongside of Andrew. Is that what you're talking about? Like, what do you mean right now? I'm so confused.
I'll go ahead and let Beth explain. Maybe I'm mixed up on this one.
Yeah, maybe you should
those days-
shut your stupid ass up because you have no facts
the day
given.
of those events.
Shut up.
The day
Oh,
of
you
those
might have
events,
got me on one
exiled-
thing for one
Yeah,
time.
you're just dumb.
And
I've
one
got you on
account.
everything you've ever said. I'm still waiting for that MMA record you have, bro. Shut up.
Sure,
man.
that's why you sit there and you say
You guys-
the
you guys say a
F-bomb
whole
on the
lot of
stream
shit and never
500
prove
times and then
anything. It's
strike it
crazy.
to get it taken
You
down.
say a lot of shit and never prove anything. That's crazy.
Every time we prove something, you drop the F-bomb 1,000 times and then
Wait,
get
what
the
now?
stream struck.
You're a
What the fuck are you
liar.
talking
You're a
about?
liar. It's never happened.
You're a
Never
liar.
fucking
You're a
happened.
liar. You're a liar. You're a jack.
Trippy's
This
been
is all
there
you
when it's
guys
happened.
have? Is this all you guys have making
That's
like
what you did on
mocking
the
voices?
Truth or
How long are you
and-
gonna sit
and
here
talking
before you
about
run
my
away because I'm here?
looks and repeating
Easy.
yourself?
Shut the
Is
fuck
that all
up.
you guys have? Is this
You're a
really all
little
you
boy.
have?
Well,
You're a
looks
little
and
boy.
actions and behaviors.
This
ain't
is
that about
riveting
everything?
content you guys have right
Looky
here.
here,
guys.
you're a little girl. You
why
act
don't
like
you
a
just
little
say the
pussy.
reality?
You wanna
is?
talk over
Without
people.
me, you
Speak
guys have
easy.
nothing.
You're a
Without
fucking
me, you have no content.
You're a pussy.
That's the
you
thing.
do not belong on
That's
the
why,
internet.
and that's why
because
you
That's
you're
relate.
very
That's why you relate me to
delusional.
You're
Andrew
a
because
pussy.
people like me.
You don't.
Guys, I dropped you in the back for a minute.
Wowza.
This is.
Wowza.
I want everybody to stop. All right. I am.
Beth, I want to say something when you're done before they come up.
Yep. Before I bring you back up, the women are gonna try to get a fucking word in. Okay. This is my channel. I'm not gonna have this fucking shit show. All right. If you want to talk about it, let's fucking talk about it like adults. Not fucking speak easy. You're gonna let people finish what the fuck they're saying. And if you can't, I'll put you in the basement like a little kid who needs to stand in the corner. Yes, Cynthia.
So one of the things that he does is even last night in Easy Stream, he was like, "Oh, they're only jealous because Andrew rocks with me and not
Ooh,
them.
you robot.
They wish that Andrew acknowledged them." And that's how you bring Andrew into it. Andrew has nothing to do with this. Your bad behavior has everything to do with this, Speakeasy. Okay.
Easy. All right. Now everybody's gonna come back up here. Let's bring it down. Andrew does have
cool.
nothing. The only thing that Andrew has to do with this is that for as
Nothing.
much as he sends his audience to you, as much as he supported your event in Dallas, as much as
What
he
did he
puts
do to
into-
support my
Shut up.
event? Wait, you can't just make all these claims and I don't get to fucking say nothing to any
So
of
he
them.
didn't
What the
show
fuck?
up there. He didn't show
He
up.
showed up to
didn't.
Grids too. He showed up to Grids too. Does that
You
mean
didn't-
he supported Grids event just as much
Yes,
as mine?
dipshit.
So
Yes,
So then shut the
dipshit.
fuck
Stop screaming
up.
at me like a
What does that have
baby.
to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm trying
Why
to
do you
tell
guys
you.
keep invoking Andrew? You guys
Shut
want
up.
it. You guys already have admitted. Can I finish too or what? You want me to let
You can
people
cut
finish,
people
but I
off
can't
and then you
fucking finish?
scream.
What the fuck is this? Shut the fuck up, Trippy. Let me finish and I'll let you fucking
Okay,
finish.
go ahead,
The reason
crybaby.
you guys keep fucking bringing Andrew into it is because you think that that's helping my money and you want to take away from my money. You guys already admitted this. Trippy admitted it on my stream. I got the email from
Really?
fucking OG over here threatening that he's going to do everything he can to take away from my money. That's why you guys bring
Okay, show
Andrew
it.
up. So that's the problem. Andrew raids me maybe once a month, you fucking retard.
trying to tell
Okay,
you
can
why.
I finish? Can I finish, Beth?
No, right now.
No?
you can't.
Okay,
Just
okay,
I
go
was
ahead.
trying to tell
You can have
this.
respect
I
for
was
the
trying-
host.
Hang on. Thank you.
Shut up,
I was
Trippy. No
trying-
one like this. You're gonna get nothing done.
I was trying to say this to you before when you fucking interrupted me to begin with. So shut your fucking mouth for a minute. Andrew gets brought up because he does support you. He does prop up your channel. He is fucking does good for you. But the way that where does he draw the line with what is okay to
What do I do
be
that's wrong?
representative of his
I'm not
channel?
representative of him. That's a bad way to state it. That's nobody represents
You are
Crucible
the
except
company that
Andrew.
you
So you guys should get that
You
out of your head right
are the
now.
company you
Stop
keep.
doing
You
all
are
that.
the company that you
Yeah,
keep.
what do I do
The
wrong? What do I
whole
do wrong?
conversation was, why
What
did
do
I
I
call
do
you a
wrong? What do I do
cuckable?
wrong then?
And now
What is,
you know
what
why
is
you're
it?
called
What
a
is it
cuckable.
hypocritical for Andrew to raid me? So even if what you were saying, he supports everything I do. What do I do wrong that he shouldn't be supporting? Go ahead.
You're a cuckable. The whole argument was, why did I
Okay,
call
thanks,
you a
Zild.
cuckable?
Good job, bro. Good job.
Zild,
Work on that MMA record you said you were gonna show me. Beth, what do I do wrong that he
Dude,
shouldn't
you asked
support?
me for my docs. I told you look this shit up. And MMA
Yeah. Beth.
Please let me have this back and forth with him.
Beth.
Yeah, go ahead.
You talk a whole lot about, like God coming into your life and you changing and not
Anybody
being
left over here in my
anymore
chat, I'm
and
going
all
to
this
end
and
my
that and
stream
Yep.
and
I
call it a
hope God
day.
actually has come
I
into
don't
your
have that
life,
much more time. I've got to go
dude,
do some
you are
shit.
no
But
less
hey,
of
what's
a
up,
degenerate
MN
now
Conservative?
than you were before.
Okay,
Um,
how? Can you
What's up,
say
man?
how instead of just
about
fucking
Lotion
calling me
Gate?
It's been a
shit?
while since I've
How?
seen you
That's
around.
just
Good to
real.
see you. I was just about to
Lotion
end
Gate.
this.
Okay, so
I've got
apparently
to,
this is what
it's not
Lotion
an
Gate
old
apparently is. Apparently,
not an
I'm
old
gonna
guys,
drop
can
off.
you
I
shut the
didn't-
fuck up and
this
let me
has
answer
turned
you
into
or
a
no?
fucking circus.
It's her
So
show,
I don't
bro.
know.
Chill
Yeah,
the
but
fuck
she
out.
wants answers, so I
Anyway,
can't answer
good
if
to
you're
see you,
talking over
Minnesota
my answer.
Conservative. Thank you,
I
Little
didn't even
Miss, for
ask
showing
This
for
coming
it.
up.
Lotion Gate thing
You
you
guys have a
guys
great
keep
rest
bringing
of
up
your,
is
you guys
apparently
have a great rest of
they
your day. I'm gonna end this
supposedly
side of the
have a
stream. I'll be over
video
there if you
from
wanna watch.
some chick
No,
that that I was fucking around with over 3 years ago now.
Did you know if you put your top lip and your bottom lip and you press them together, you will experience how to shut fire?